This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, and John Adams all here tonight on the broadcast. We got Brandy producing for us tonight and Bernie Wren on the camera. We got a full crew tonight. We are at Midwest City High School for the Class 5A District 2 matchup between the Midwest City Bombers and the crosstown, cross-district rivals, the Carl Albert Titans. And this girls' game is for the district championship. The boys' game, two teams sit at the top, going to be a great matchup of the girls' game, and we're going to get into the district standings a little bit more. But what a matchup we have here tonight, Jordan.
These teams have been unrivaled in their district play. Let's go ahead and look at the district standings to explain why. The only blemish is for Carl Albert girls. They lost, I believe it was about 17, 18 days ago on Friday the 30th. At Carl Albert by 4 points. But they can overcome that with a 4-point win and get a 1 seed, and that could matter. Why? Because if you're a 1 seed, you don't have to worry about Bishop McGinnis girls, who showed that they could be really tough when they beat Del City girls in triple overtime on Saturday. So does a 1 seed matter? Yes. Does it mean a ton? Not necessarily. Mostly what these two teams want, who are both going to host, is just to be in a good rhythm come playoff time next week.
Yeah, people out there might be wondering why. Well, if Midwest City beat Carl Albert by 4, why does Carl Albert only have to beat Midwest City by 4? Well, the head-to-head matchup would be an even then. It would go to the next tiebreaker, which is district points. A 4-point win would put Carl Albert 2 points ahead of Midwest City in district points, as they're sitting 6 behind them now. Carl Albert would gain 4, Midwest City would lose 4, be a 2-point edge for Carl Albert. So it's a significant matchup between two really good, well-coached girls teams here tonight.
Absolutely, and again, Carl Albert, I don't know if they were surprised that Midwest City was capable of playing with such poise on their floor. I was a little surprised by it. So I think that they are really looking forward to getting back out here, and if they could, they would beat Midwest City by much more than 4 points, because that had to be a tough loss to swallow being on their own floor. By the way, we got Gordy Jones. Let's see if he's ready to go, talking with Midwest City girls coach Megan Knight.
Hey, Jordan, you got me? All right.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Here with Coach Megan Knight. Megan Knight, thank you for your time. All right, Coach. Has to win by 4 to overtake this lead for the 1 seed. So how important is it to protect the 1 seed, and how could it factor into the decision-making close to the end of the game?
We've always been in factors, so of course we want to win. There's not much of a difference between the 1 and the 2. When you look down at it, you're still going to have to go compete every night. So really, our main focus is getting better. Like I said, we want to be a district championship, but we will actually want to win a state championship, even more important. So as long as we're getting better and we're taking care of our business, at this point in time, we'll be fine with whatever. Win's a win. We want to play hard. I think we're, the better team. Maybe I'm biased. But, we're ready. I believe so. Our energy's good. So the big thing is we want to prepare for the next 2 weeks coming up.
Big games coming up. So is there anything different that you want to see in your second matchup versus Carl Albert than the previous one?
Doing the small things. I thought we didn't box out the way I like. We didn't rebound the way I liked. In that first half, we didn't share the basketball the way that I liked. In that second half, we did. So I hope that we come out from the tip. We play really good. Usually, knock on wood. Here. In this gym. So hopefully that works.
Right. I wish the best. I'm ready for a good game, Coach. Best of luck. Thank you. All right, I'll get Coach Kyle Richie on real quick.
All right, we're keeping in mind. It's going to go right now to Coach Richie here. I did like Tracy what Coach Knight to say about rebounding. Even though they won by 4, that was probably the weak point for Midwest City, was defensive rebounding. But Gordy, whenever you're ready.
All right, thanks, Coach Richie. I appreciate your time. So, Coach, you saw Bishop McGinnis beat Dale City this past Saturday. Does that impact how important getting this #1 seed is to you?
I mean, you play to win the game.
Right.
Because that'd be disrespecting, Lawton, Mac, Noble. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not what you do. You take every game. You don't take any game for granted.
Yeah, exactly. So, Coach, why is it important to try to contain Brooklyn Henderson tonight?
Who?
I know. right. You're not worried about that right now.
She's a great basketball
Right.
player. She's got a lot of help too. This is going to take a team effort on all different levels.
Right. We wish the best of luck, Coach. Can't wait for a good game. Thank you so much.
So, Jordan, we got Coach Richie down there making jokes when Gordy asked him about the players on the Midwest City team. Pretty lighthearted, though. Hopefully his team is as loose as he is about it, right?
Yeah, I know. I've seen players go back and forth with this. You ask them about an opponent or like who. It's just it's done, of course, in all in good fun. But I think he's definitely talked to his players about how to contain Brooklyn Henderson, which they did not really do in the first game, because at some point they were not hitting their shots, and at some point, even though maybe not initially, Moose was getting defensive rebounds, and when she got the ball ahead of steam, Carl Albert had no answer for her, and so I'm interested to see if that changes tonight.
So we're just moments away from tip-off here. We see the honor guard down in the corner getting ready to present the colors here in the gymnasium at the start of tonight's games. It is the Carl Albert Titans on the road at the Midwest City Bombers right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident death.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams here at Midwest City High School, where the Midwest City Bombers are hosting the Carl Albert Titans tonight in Class 5A District matchup. This girls game is for a district championship, final regular game of the season, final district game of the season. Midwest City is the district champion with a win or a loss of 3 points or more. 3 points or less. Carl Albert is the district champion with a win of 4 points or more. And we are about ready for the national anthem here to begin tonight's festivities. Ken Hildebrand, the PA announcer here at Midwest City High School, will be taking over for us now to introduce the national anthem and the teams.
Until the honor guard has left the floor. The colors will be presented tonight by your Midwest City High School Air Force Junior ROTC. The honor guard members presenting the colors tonight are Cadet First Lieutenant Delani Henry, Cadet Master Sergeant Sean Sanguiza, Cadet Techno Sergeant Noah Hudson, Cadet Techno Sergeant Olivia Weinerberg. Tonight's team is commanded by Cadet First Lieutenant Samalia Brewer. And now our national anthem will be performed by our Midwest City Magic Band.
We're waiting on Mr. Hildebrand. Great job by the Midwest City High School Band playing the national anthem. As a disabled veteran in service in this country, I can tell you they did a proud job for their high school, their community, and the nation.
And now, the starting lineups for tonight's game between the Carl Albert Titans and your Midwest City Bombers. For the Titans, number 3, Hayden Carroll. Number 10, Malia Hatchett. Number 15, Jakari Brown. Number 22, Audrey Duncan. And number 24, Zoe Johnson.
Turn it up, go man, far left. Turn it up. Right here. Audio. Turn it up. Wow.
And now, the starting lineup for your Midwest City Bombers. A 5'7" senior, number 3, Sadie Johnson. A 5'6" senior, number 4, Promise Wright. A 5'7" senior, number 13, 7 Miller. A 5'7" senior, number 22, Dre Walter. And a 5'8" freshman, number 24, Brooklyn Henderson.
All right, let's look at one more time the starting lineups. And not much to talk about because both teams are using the same starting lineups as they did 18 days ago. All right, Tracy, how about our sponsors?
All right, starting lineup sponsored by Precision Nutrition. For all your nutrition needs in one shaker tea, come to Precision Nutrition, located at 4603 Southeast 29th Street, Suite 105 in Del City. You can order over the phone by calling 405-672-0999. And as we get ready for the opening tip-off, freshman Brooklyn Henderson jumping against senior Audrey Plunkett. Our opening tip-off sponsored by the Del City Chamber of Commerce. They are the trusted resource for advocacy, education, and engagement to help you improve your business. The Del City Chamber of Commerce. We're about ready to go here. 4 seniors and 1 freshman, that starting lineup for Midwest City. For the Carl Albert Lady Titans, it is 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a freshman. Opening tip goes to 7 Miller, Midwest City. She crosses the timeline, passes it off. And we're underway here at Midwest City High School tonight. Driving in, putting up the ball, and getting the roll is Promise Wright for the first bucket of the night.
She wanted to draw a foul, Tracy, and didn't get it, but still made an impressive shot.
Takeaway by Midwest City, pushing hard, going the other way over Hayden Miller, and a travel called. Boy, that could have been any number of calls. Offensive foul, defensive foul, travel.
Could have been nothing. Yeah.
Could have been nothing, yes.
But, you know, Carl Albert, they're ready for you. They want to draw charges. So you have to be very crafty when you attack them.
And folks, we've mentioned the name John Adams tonight. John's keeping stats for us live during the game. You'll hear from him from time to time as well. Appreciate John joining the team tonight.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Good defense coming from the Bombers, but the floater is put up and put in by the freshman Zoe Johnson.
Boy, that's a varsity level move by someone that's only played varsity for less than a year. Very good pivot there by Zoe Johnson, attack in the middle. Speaking of attack.
Wow! Brooklyn Henderson, fall away jumper.
And that was the storyline of the first game. Not only did Brooklyn Henderson play well, but so did Zoe Johnson, who she's guarding. These are two freshmen we're going to hear so much about in the next few years.
Each team with a turnover early on. Johnson working inside. Plunkett's shot blocked. She saves it, throws it off of Henderson out of bounds.
And that was a good save by Plunkett, who's, again, she's not really comfortable posting up, but she needs to. She didn't read the double team there. Brooklyn Henderson got the block, but Plunkett was able to save it off of Henderson, so Carl Albert gets another chance here.
Of note here in the last couple of weeks, both seniors in the starting lineup for Carl Albert, Audrey Plunkett and Jakari Brown, have both hit the 1,000-point mark for their career in scoring. Brown, jab step, around the fender to the hole, and she scores.
And she needs to be comfortable with tight man-to-man defense, and that's the difference from Jakari Brown from when she was a freshman to now, is that she is very comfortable against tight man-to-man defenders, as she shows right there.
Right, defended by Brown. Boy, Henderson's confident with the ball. Pulls up, shoots the jumper from behind the arc. Shot's no good. Johnson with the rebound. Here come the Lady Titans. Pushing. Thought she had Seven Miller beat, but Miller's quick feet gets her back in position on defense. And Plunkett misses off back iron.
Good recovery by Plunkett, but they're going to call a foul on her. Always an interesting storyline, Tracy. Can Audrey Plunkett stay out of foul trouble? So far, she's done a much better job of it this year, but she hasn't picked a foul early on.
Well, I was just about to say it didn't look like they're going to call many fouls tonight if they're going to let that just be an out-of-bounds call, but then the trailing official made the call. So high off the glass, shot and missed by Walter. Plunkett pushes it down the court. Johnson going to the hole a little hard off the glass. Promise Wright seems to be all over the court right now, too. Henderson for three. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. Choctaw, 405-281-6700, and Del City at 405-670-3665. Jakari Brown off front iron, no good. And we're in the first period right now, and our first period is brought to you by Scrambled, folks. Shot missed by Seven Miller. Scrambled says, we start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep fried French toast. Located at 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A, Oklahoma City, 405-900-5972. It's Scrambled.
Now that was an impressive display of ball handling by Audrey Plunkett. She's the tallest player on the floor. She's just going to dribble a little bit higher. The Midwest City guards will try to take it away from her, but she maintained her dribble, got a good shot, and gets a rebound.
Plunkett pushing up the court to Harrell. She's got a 3-on-1. There's a cross court to Johnson. Johnson pulls up for the long 2 and drains that one.
I was about ready to say that Zoe Johnson should have just went all the way to the basket, but it turns out no harm in her decision because she made the pull-up shot that she probably didn't need to take, but if you're that good at it, then go ahead.
I was thinking Harrell should have hit Hatchett coming to the hole on the other side of the lane. In and out by Henderson.
They're going to give Henderson that 3, even though she made the last one, it appears.
Another missed shot. That one tipped out of bounds by Midwest City. It'll stay with Carl Albert.
Sadie Johnson was too far in the basket on that shot. When a 3 goes up, you need some more space. You don't want to be too close to the rim or that ball may shoot over you, which is what happened there. And because she touched it, it's going to be another second chance point for Carl Albert. Now, that's what Coach Knight talked about. She wants to minimize those second chance opportunities that you're going to see right now.
Kinley Sutton and Brinley Crawford check into the game for Carl Albert. Promise Wright gets the takeaway. As I said, she's just all over the court.
Well, she got burned by Zoe Johnson earlier. That time she returns the favor.
There's a long, deep 3 by Sadie Johnson. Shot no good. Whoa. And the putback is good by Maya Hodge, who's in the ball game.
I don't know if she was looking at the basket when she shot that.
Ariana Walter also checking into the game. Kinley Sutton for the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3.
Tracy, there's no shortage of three-point shooters for both teams. They have multiple players who can catch fire from beyond the arc. Bobby Lewis making a lot of mentions in this game.
Another three coming. That one is long and high. Sutton gets the rebound.
In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Bobby Lewis gets more mentions this game than the boys' game.
Well, both teams firing them up right now, that's for sure. Jakari Brown looking inside, finds Plunkett. Plunkett trying to get around her defender. Walter on her. Boy, I thought she was trying to pass that off to Crawford, but instead it's Jakari Brown cutting to the basket for the bucket.
Think about how many times those two have been on the floor. One passing to the other for a basket. Usually it's Brown to Plunkett, but every now and then it's been Plunkett to Brown. And Carl Albert, they're already at that 4-point mark. We don't want to talk about it too much in the first half, but it is still worth talking about at times.
13-9 the score. Skip pass across to a right. She pulls the trigger on a three. That one looked like it might take a good bounce for her, but it falls out.
I think it's clear Carl Albert still will sag off on Midwest City some.
Plunkett a high dribble. Crowd wanting a carry call. Pivots, gets around her defender. Brenly Crawford has the ball tipped away. Picked up by Walter. Little body there by Brown, and the foul gets called.
One of the big things for Midwest City that they did well against Carl Albert, when they would get a steal or a defensive rebound, they would push the ball real well in transition. I've seen Carl Albert's trying to cut that off. They may get called for some fouls because of it, but they are trying to eliminate those transition opportunities, and that's not a bad foul for Jakari Brown, so long as she doesn't do that again in a while.
Two quick athletic teams playing tough defense, and we've only had 2 fouls called in the first 7 minutes of the ball game. If that's the
right
trend
there
for the game, there's number 3. That one on Brenly Crawford, I believe.
First shooting foul of the night, so first Toonie Bice-House's free throws.
Now, Toonie Buys Homes in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Toonie Buys Houses today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Zoe Johnson, Brooklyn Henderson, I apologize, hits the first free throw of the night. And she goes 2 for 2. She has 7 points in the ball game, leading all scorers.
And she's played so well the last few weeks, really started with that Carl Albert victory. See if she gets a lot of minutes in this game. They have a 9-day layoff. They don't have a game scheduled after this until the playoffs.
What a move and what a shot by Audrey Plunkett as she pulled up on the defender and went up with a high-handed jump shot.
They're giving them wide open threes.
That one really long. Maya Hodge saves it, but she gives it to Kinley Sutton of the Lady Titans.
And she tried to do a no-look save and just threw it off of nobody.
Crawford trying to back down her defender, gives it to Plunkett. Plunkett called for the travel. Interesting call on that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like she really had it clean there, which means maybe she wouldn't get called. But, that was a big storyline, too, of the game 18 days ago. We're going to reference a few times that we have a stoppage of play. And that is that Audrey Plunkett did not shoot well. And if that can change, it's such a big development for Carl Albert. And that jumper shows that maybe it will. I don't know what the stoppage was for. Maybe they had to take someone out, or I don't know.
Malia Hatchett, during the stoppage, comes in back into the game. Audrey Plunkett sits down. Zoe Johnson sits down. Hayden Harrell comes back in. We got 18 seconds left. They put a few seconds on the clock as well, so that was weird. What a move by Brooklyn Henderson. Here's your Triple Elite Screen Printing Instant Replay. Triple Elite Screen Printing, where you find world-class designs and hot new styles. Boom! Mr. Bobby Lewis ensures 3 to close out the scrambled first period.
Well, thank God for Carl Albert. They added more time on the clock. We're sorry we missed that because of the replay. But that was Jakari Brown, who's had a good first quarter. Good sign for Carl Albert.
And the score is 18-13 after 1 period of play here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School, where the Midwest City Bombers are hosting the Carl Albert Titans in this final district game of the season. I misspoke earlier and said it was the final game of the season for both teams. Carl Albert actually has a game with Edmond Memorial left on their schedule. That is a non-district game. That game coming up on Thursday, correct, Jordan?
Yes, the Carl Albert teams are very aggressive at finding some 6A teams to play what I would call friendlies with, as we'll talk about what the Carl Albert boys have coming up. Midwest City boys have a scrimmage, hopefully, next week against Southmore, just a scrimmage. And so real quick, as we see a foul called on the floor, I believe, the girls from Midwest City tried to find someone to play or scrimmage, and they haven't been able to yet. Hopefully they will.
Foul call on the floor, and that's the first foul called against Midwest City in the basketball game. Kinley Sutton thought about a three. Lucky she didn't call for the travel. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three for Kinley Sutton.
Well, she made one earlier, so she knows that the pump fake could be very effective for her, and that was a very good pump fake against Brooklyn Henderson.
There's a three for Midwest City. Boy, that is a high arching shot. Rebound by Brown down the court to Plunkett. And Plunkett scores on the fast break. Here's the Triple Elite screen printing instant replay.
The accuracy on that.
Talk about a long bomb from a quarterback to a streaking receiver down the field. We're in the second period, brought to you by Bell Bonds by Tamara. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bell Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. That's 405-200-5110. 15 plus years of serving the community. Bell Bonds by Tamara. Hayden Harrell trying to drive, loses her footing, keeps her dribble.
Very impressive that she kept the dribble. She may be the best ball handler on the floor, though.
Dish from Brown to Plunkett, and Plunkett puts another one in. She has 8 points now as not the leading scorer in the game.
Well, that's
still Brooklyn Henderson.
The important thing is it's a 9-0 run for Carl Albert. And Midwest City's not shooting well.
Midwest City not running their offense much at this point. They're coming down, and Carl Albert laying off a little bit.
They are laying off, yeah. That's Midwest City. Basically, they got to hit some. Brooklyn's got to take that shot. Maybe not at first. And they need Walter, either Walter who's playing, and they need Sadie Johnson to start hitting those shots.
Audrey Walter with a personal foul. That's her first personal.
She's got to score for Midwest City.
Henderson still in the ball. Goes in, misses the layup after she crosses over and goes from the left side. Jakari Brown all the way down the court. Malia Hatchett. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three for Malia Hatchett.
No, it's going to be 30, so. But you couldn't have scripted this any better for Carl Albert, Tracy, as it should become now 28-13. They have multiple players hitting threes right now. Midwest City hasn't made one since early on when Brooklyn Henderson nailed one. That's the big storyline right now. Carl Albert is hot from three-point range, and they are ahead now by their goal by a comfortable distance.
Five players scoring for Carl Albert, only 3 for Midwest City. And 2 of those only have 2 points. It's all Brooklyn Henderson for the most part. And 4 threes made by Carl Albert right now to only 1 for Midwest City. So some differences there. And again, as we were just saying before that timeout, Midwest City's brought the ball down the court. Carl Albert's kind of pulled back on that defense and allowed them to have those long threes. If they start hitting them, it changes the game. But right now, they're not hitting those shots.
Yeah, it's been a big deal. They have not converted in transition, and they haven't had much success doing anything on offense since the early going.
Now working their offense a little bit better here, in and out on the drive by Ariana Walter. Wright trying to get around Plunkett, goes to the hole, kicks it out. Seven Miller had a nice look from the baseline. Plunkett with the rebound.
It was an open look. I don't know how comfortable Seven Miller is with that shot. She might be, but again, nothing falling right now for the Bombers.
Harrell resets the offense for the Lady Titans. Bombers in a man defense here. Harrell driving, shot blocked, and I was about to say that she jumped in from out of bounds to catch that rebound, so good call on the out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what Hayden Harrell wanted to do, was draw a second defender. We're going to see Brooklyn Henderson get a rest. Probably will not be for very long.
It was Henderson who had that block.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing a lot of good things, but again, she's not shooting great, and no one from Midwest City is shooting great, and they just have to keep having possessions like they did the last time where they're still getting the basket.
Seven Miller drives in, and honestly, she's getting bailed out. She was a little out of control, but she did lean in and draw good contact. So it's a justly called foul. When I say she's getting bailed out, that's not saying it's a badly called foul.
Well, Coach Richie agreed. He was very demonstrative on that one. I don't normally see that from him, but he had a better look of it than we did, but so did the refs, as we see some Toonie Bice Houses free throws in the first point of the quarter for Midwest City. They were bleeding. They needed it badly, and we'll see if maybe getting a trip to the free throw line can get them going some on offense.
The foul was on Malia Hatchett, and it's Seven Miller shooting the Toonie Bice Houses free throws. She hits both.
And now Maya Hodge will check in. Again, she can be a big presence on defense. She probably will not guard Plunkett, but she wants to be where Plunkett is when Plunkett gets inside the paint. She's going to guard one of the Crawford sisters.
Midwest City is 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Carl Albert has not shot a free throw in this ball game. Zoe Johnson trying to get around Bailey Guthrie, who's in the ball game. Back iron, shot no good. Rebound Maya Hodges. And
she did not have to rush that, and she had Sadie Johnson to the other side, and that's the sign of a team that's kind of imploding at the moment.
Now Hodge throws that one out of bounds. Sadie Johnson staying with Harrell, and three put up by Annabelle Crawford. Shot's no good. Opportunity here for Midwest City. Promise Right.
Yep, they're letting her shoot, which is probably a good idea against for Promise Right.
Guthrie trying to drive in. Nothing there. She's cut off by Annabelle. Hodge sets the screen, tries to roll. Annabelle cuts her off. Ball comes off the hip of Sadie. Wright gets into the paint, puts up an ugly shot, and it goes in, and she draws the foul. Here's your triple elite screen printing instant replay.
Well, you know, it can be an effective move. You drive left, you have contact, you should go with your right arm, your right hand when you shoot. And that's a good way to actually draw contact. It doesn't always work, but Midwest City has gotten a couple fouls doing that, and there they get the and one. And they're perfect from the free throw line. So if they're kind of getting a little bit back into things here, at some point you would expect Carl Albert will cool down from three-point range, but we'll see.
Trying to watch the scoreboard to see who that foul was called on, but no indication yet. Promise Right comes up with a loose ball. She's headed the other way. Again, puts one up and it goes in. Oh my goodness, what a play by Promise Right.
That's twice she tried to draw a foul, threw up a wild shot and made it anyway, and she should have been, I think she drawed a foul there. So maybe a little bit of payback for some of the other fouls as Plunkett.
Plunkett does the same thing, but a little more control, and she puts hers in and draws the foul. Once again, your triple elite screen printing instant replay. And the first free throw of the ball game coming for the Lady Titans.
And Toonie Bice Houses free throw. We got a lot of sponsorship going on with this. And this bail bonds by Tamara second quarter. Big part of Carlbert's game. They're finding Plunkett very well. She's cutting the basket. She's curling a lot. Not to be confused with that Winter Olympic sport, but you get the idea. It's been a good game plan for him at this point.
It was a 5-point lead for Carl Albert after one. They extended it out, and now it is a 11-point lead after those last 3 points by Audrey Plunkett. Carl Albert ball in the backcourt.
And Coach Knight is staying with Hodge. Now she's going to bring in Walter, Ariana Walter here, maybe for Hodge. I don't know, but Hodge had a couple of turnovers.
Zoe Johnson fires the three, shot no good. Guthrie gets the rebound for Midwest City. Promise Wright driving, high elbows. She gets another one to fall. She's got 9 points.
Yeah, her ability to draw contact and still get a good shot off is pretty remarkable.
Very strong. Malia Hatchett misses the layup. A little contact there, no call. Brooklyn Henderson draws contact, no call. Maya Hodge can't hang on to it, out of bounds, and it'll be Carl Albert basketball.
And that's been a problem here. She's had 2 go off her hands. She's got to be frustrated. I think you don't give up on her. You take her out right now, but you don't give up on her for the game. She may be out for the rest of the quarter, but there's only 2 minutes left.
She has that right hand taped up, and that may be affecting her ability to have the soft hands to catch the ball. So
it's more important they try to keep her engaged, let her know it's okay. But yes, she's got to, I think at halftime, she needs to go out there and work on just catching hard passes thrown at her. Not too hard, of course. You know, Carl Albert has cooled off. Bombers haven't scored enough to take advantage yet.
Plunkett left wing. Jakari Brown, back iron, high bounce, and a lot of contact. A foul will be called, and that foul is going on Sadie Johnson.
And she's trying to box out Malia Hatchett. Malia Hatchett's not a biggest player, but she has the mentality of a power forward, so she wants all the offensive rebounds she can get. They force that then.
A scramble and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrows going to Midwest City. I don't even know why we call them jump balls anymore.
Well, that's a point we could have made like 30, 40 years ago, but yeah. Still true today.
Brooklyn Henderson driving against Harrell, goes up. Nice jumper, but shoots to the left as she was falling left. Harrell throws that one off the back of the feet of Ariana Walter.
And they are really, I mentioned earlier, good game plan, throwing it into Plunkett as much as they have, but now they're forcing it some.
What a move by Jakari Brown. Catches that one with 2 defenders on her, and she goes backwards off the glass.
And she's got scoring instincts that have become better and better. And then that was a similar play that we saw earlier from Midwest City where you get the ball into the basket and you just kind of reverse it in. Very good touch on her part.
We're down to under a minute to play in the first half. We're in this Bell Bonds by Tamara's second period. Promise Wright driving once again. Contact this time. Contact.
She got bumped. I'm not trying to be a Midwest City homer here by any means, but
she did.
She's had a tough go at it in that she's probably gotten fouled 2 or 3 times and not gotten the benefit of the whistle. There's a couple times where she did as well, though.
You know, she's initiating the contact, which may be why they're not calling it, but it's contact nonetheless on the shot. So still a 30-second timeout, 33-22, still an 11-point game here with the Lady Titans leading the Lady Bombers. It felt like for about a quarter and a half, or at least from about the midpoint of the first period through the midpoint of the second, that the Carl Albert offense was settling in, but is starting to feel a little bit more like the Midwest City defense is disrupting that, even though in the last possession it turned into an inbound play where Carl Albert scored.
Yeah, and what problem for Midwest City is they have not gotten the transition game going for them on offense. In the half court, they just don't have good options right now, at least at the moment. They've had to take some shots that are a bit wild at times. I promise Wright's made them, by the way. But for the other Midwest City players, they've had a hard time figuring out what to do with that. So Carl Albert's okay with that. They're going to have stretches where they struggle scoring, but their defense is always there usually.
Full court man defense by Midwest City with 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. Jakari Brown now holding the ball out top. Over the top, right in the hands of Seven Miller.
They are forcing it to Audrey Plunkett right now.
Miller going in, misses the layup.
And this is the problem Carl Albert had in the first half of the first game. And what did Coach Richie say at halftime? Finish. We need to finish. He said that many times. And now it's a Midwest City problem.
Promise Wright picks up her second personal foul. Fifth team foul on Midwest City, which is going to put Jakari Brown at the line shooting Toonie Houses free throws. Jakari Brown already has 9 points in the ball game. She can hit double digits here at the line.
Well, you know, it feels like when you're trailing and you're going in for a shot, it feels like you're trying to tie the game up when you just need to worry about getting the 2 points. And we've seen Midwest City a few times effectively attack the basket, but then the shot is just too far off the mark, too wild in some way. And that's a big swing. That's basically a 4-point swing right there.
With 15 seconds left to play here, they started the clock. It should have been at 18. 5 seconds run off. They rolled the ball in to keep the clock from starting, but the clock operator started the clock.
It's interesting they don't, for one last possession, they don't go back to Brooklyn Henderson. She's sat down for quite a bit of the second quarter.
So they're going to put the clock back to 17. It actually, I think, was at 18.4 is what it was at when I looked up there. But nonetheless, okay, they're going to get 18 seconds, so that's pretty accurate. And with 18 seconds left, Jordan, interesting note here on the free throw shooting by these two teams. 8 for 8 combined from the free throw line in the first half. That's pretty impressive.
And not many fouls called, or not many free throw attempts, I should say.
There's the three attempted. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 with 6 seconds on the clock. And another three put up at the buzzer, no good, but it was Andrea Walter hitting the three for her first points of the ball game to finish out the first half and cut the lead to 10. 35-25. The Lady Titans lead the Lady Bombers here at Midwest City.
Let's see if Gordy can get Coach Knight. Let's go back to this here.
All right, Coach. All right, what's the biggest challenge going into the first half?
We played really bad. They played a lot better than us. Black and white, that's how it is. They played a lot better. We played really bad, so we got to figure it out. We got in a hole. We got to get out of that hole real quick where it's going to get ugly.
All right, so what needs to change to swing the momentum of this game?
We got to guard somebody. I think we forgot that they can shoot. We got to guard someone, got to share the basketball, go side to side, and make some shots. All right, thank you.
And folks, you heard from Coach Megan Malloy Knight there, the head coach of the Lady Bombers. Again, the score at halftime, 35-25, Lady Titans leading the Lady Bombers here at Midwest City. If the Lady Bombers can cut this down to a 3-point game or less, including a win, they will be the district champs. If the Lady Titans could hold on and win by 4 or more, they will be the district champs. That's what's on the line in this game, not to mention pride itself. 10-point lead at halftime here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
And welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We have a special guest here with us as the marching band plays, but our headset should be working good enough to overcome that. As I get to be joined by Tony Johnson,
yes, sir,
who has a lot of podcasts about Oklahoma high school sports. Tony, just go ahead and lay them all out. What all the podcasts are?
Yes, sir. I got to keep two podcasts. Keep It 100. I've been doing about 5 years, and then me and Coach Vic, the head coach out of Harris, we started a girls show, Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines. We try to cover all the girls across the state, talk about high school girls basketball. Everybody talks about the boys, but no one really talks about the girls. So we decided, hey, the best thing to do is start putting the girls' game on the platform. Great game, great atmosphere tonight. You can see it. Two good high school teams going at it, probably about 4 or 5 miles from each other. And talk about a little great high school girls basketball. I love it.
And you got good connections with both players from both teams, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So a lot of the girls from Midwest City Bombers and Kyle Albert, a lot of them played AU basketball. I know last game you guys had Coach Dre on, the head coach of the Crush Queens. Dre's coached probably 11 to 12 of these girls on this floor tonight. So a lot of good battles. I know Brooklyn and Zoe, the twins, Riri, JJ, all of them has played, ball together for about last 4 to 5 years on the AU circuit. So a lot of them know each other left hand, right hand. So like I said, both coaches are doing a good job. Great atmosphere. I'm telling you, I love it when you can pack the gym out like this.
I tell you, Brooklyn and Zoe, they're going to go at it for a while.
Yes, sir.
And you throw in Ariana Walter on the Midwest City side and the Crawford sisters on the Carl Albert side, and it's a really good, bright future for both teams.
Yes, sir. Both coaches got a lot going for them. Both teams are starting freshmen at guards. Brooklyn, you already know she got 2 offers. Has done a great thing. Her size, her length. It gives a lot of people problems. You let her get downhill, it can become a problem. Zoe with her quickness, good on defense. So both of those girls, man, are great ball players. Then you start talking about, Riri, Walters, a young lady that can shoot the ball. Then you talk about the Crawford twins, 2 young ladies got good size, and also can shoot the ball for their size. Then JJ, JV game, she had 8 threes today. So it just kind of tells you right there a lot of talent coming through, the Middale area.
Did you see on Saturday the Bishop against Dell City game?
Hey, Jordan, I saw you there standing in the corner. I caught all of it, man. I'm telling you, you got the first intermission, then you got a little free basketball. Both teams, man. Both teams got up and down the court.
Yeah.
3 overtimes. Both teams got the court. Big shout out to Ace. Played lights out the last 2 nights. I think she scored over 69 points the night before when she played Heritage Hall. Then came back against Dell City and did the same thing. So I tell you right there, Bishop McGinn is the team you got to watch out in 5A. Can't. They just showed you they can knock off Dell City. Everybody got Newcastle's getting a trophy, but there's a lot of teams in this 5A. A team on the other side, Glenpool, you got to watch out. Booker T's playing good ball. Shawnee's a very good team. So there's a lot of teams out there that can give you fits, though. I know you got to get back to doing your thing.
Yeah.
You got my man Gordy helping you tonight. Big shout out to Gordy, man, and Jordan. These guys do a great job in covering these high school games. I know my kids are back at home watching this in Melissa, Texas. So I love you guys, and like I said, thank you, Jordan, for bringing me on.
Hey, you know what? It's only just beginning.
Yes, sir.
Playoffs, we're going to be all over it because all our teams, you mentioned Newcastle, they're with the Oklahoma Sports Network. All the Middale teams are hosting.
Yes, sir.
As Dell City, they left no doubt they're hosting tonight. They were big on Santa Fe South.
Yeah.
A lot to be excited for in girls basketball.
Well, this game got a long way to go. The Bombers got to win by 4. They claimed the district championship, but, Coach Malloy's probably winning in halftime and gave a speech. Carver got to come out second half like they played the first half and take care of business, and somebody's going to be a district champion.
Someone is, and someone will be a 2 seed still hosting, so still in decent shape.
All right, well, thank you, sir, for having me on. Thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thanks, sir.
All right, we appreciate having him on, and I did his podcast a few weeks ago, which was great, and so we're gonna have some fun here with this second half for sure, and we'll be back on the air in a few minutes. But we're not going to go anywhere as far as the camera shot as the Bombers are getting ready. And Gordy will soon be interviewing the Coach Richie, who's on the other sideline here. So when he's good to go, we'll have that going. John, I'm going to put you on the spot here. John Adams, who's been keeping some stats. Any stats stand out to you?
I would say Audrey Plunkett's rebounds. She's really out-rebounding the Midwest City offense by herself. I know she has 6 rebounds, 11 points. They can't keep her out the inside paint, so really Audrey Plunkett.
Audrey Plunkett's had a really good game, a good turnaround game for her. And I know we have also good production from, surprise, Jakari Brown, who we have down for 11 points.
Yeah,
and
11,
then
11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Actually, she's having a great game, great first half.
All right. Gordy, whenever you're ready. All right, Gordy, if you can hear us, you are good to go. I thought he was ready. Maybe a problem with his equipment here. We're working right now on getting us interview with Coach Richie. And he's going to go down there right now. He may not be able to hear us, so there may be an audio problem.
All right, Jordan. Get a quick word with Coach Richie after the half. Coach Richie, thank you for your time. What's your message after that first half to your team, sir?
We still have 16 more minutes to play.
Right. All right, big game, Coach. So anything specifically that you want to focus on?
16 more minutes.
That's it. That's what we need. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
All right, Gordy, sometimes it's that simple, by the way. It's 16 more minutes. 10-point lead for Carl Albert. They don't have to outscore Midwest City this second half, although they sure do want to. They just have to go up, or they have to maintain a 4-point lead, and they will be the 1 seed. At the end of the game, we'll have our Whataburger player of the game, and it will be players from the winning team, 1 or 2. Right now, the two reliables for Carl Albert, Audrey Plunkett and Jakari Brown, are in the clubhouse with the lead right now for candidates for play of the game. Promise Right has 9. Brooklyn Henderson has 9 for Midwest City, but not much else for them. Interesting, Brooklyn Henderson did not play much in the second quarter. As Tracy now is joining me here. Well, Tracy, we read off some of the stats here. We also want to mention, and I know you're keeping track of some too to throw out there, but Del City girls needed to win going into tonight to make sure they were still going to be the 2 seed, and they take care of that by a wide margin. So we want to make that official that Del City girls will be hosting, as we've been expecting this whole time. But Bishop McGinnis made it a little interesting with that triple overtime win on Saturday.
Now, is that game final?
They have not. Let me see here.
So there is still a chance there could be a comeback.
I don't want to say the score. I will say that Santa Fe South will be will be the team heading to whoever wins the district title as the first round game.
Yeah, I said that lightheartedly, folks. It's a very lopsided game, and
it's not listed as final yet. But Del City girls will win, and they will host a regional. And we just got to figure out who's going to be the 1 seed and 2 seed in this district, 5A District 2.
Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance, our sponsor for the third period. Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance, a local family-owned agency since 1978. Up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, there is a picture and a barcode, a QR code. You can scan that code or give them a call at 405-733-7671 for a free quote. Driving to the basket and getting the score, Jakari Brown. Brown now has, let's see, 13 points in the ball game. Wow. And she's getting the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. And that's the first free throw missed here in the ball game. So we had 8 for 8 from the line combined between the two teams in the first half. Brown misses the first one here in the second half. Underhand scoop by Walters, no good. And she goes back up, misses that one off the side of the rim. Audrey Plunkett gets the board.
Took way too long to guard her. They got to get on her sooner. And this is kind of what Midwest City was able to do, but not even as well as what we're seeing for Carl Albert now, is just convert and transition that way and get to the basket when no one's guarding.
Seven Miller scores off the glass. That's her first field goal of the ball game.
If they can just defend dribble penetration, at some point you think Carl Albert, well, they already did cool off some in the shooting department. We'll see if they can do that again, but they got to be sticky as Midwest City.
Zoe Johnson driving against Seven Miller, draws the foul. She's going to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
You see Zoe Johnson likes to do that pivot move at the top of the key. We see it at all levels, including at the NBA where SGA is really good at that. I think you have to be aware of it if you're Seven Miller, and then when she gets on you like that, you got to be careful about swiping down, because that was definitely a foul on Seven Miller, although the free throw line not kind to Carl Albert yet.
Now that earlier foul was called on Promise Wright, on Jakari Brown earlier.
Yes.
That was Wright's third personal foul, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. Wright, the leading scorer, or excuse me, not leading scorer, but 9 points in the first half.
And they need her. Midwest City needs her. She's been one of the few players to make shots with any consistency. And then what Brooklyn Anderson did there is she went to her right. That's not happened a lot. She's been going to her left a lot. I think that's good if she can keep doing that. We
Foul
got
called.
3 fouls on Midwest City early.
And that one's on Promise Wright. Did he call that? Did he call that on Wright?
Said so quickly, I think I missed it.
I think he said Johnson.
On Sadie Johnson. Okay. No, they put it on Wright on the scoreboard. Yeah. I thought he signaled 4. The announcer said number 3 maybe, but it was called on Promise Wright, her 4th personal.
And that's a terrible foul, by the way, on Promise. She's got to hold back. You see Brooklyn Henderson draw a foul. You got 3 fouls, you got to know it, and you got to stay out of players' ways, out of their way when they're dribbling it fast like that along the sideline.
Audrey Plunkett picks up her 2nd personal foul.
That's good. I mean, Audrey Plunkett has done a good job this season pacing herself with fouls.
Seven Miller to Brooklyn Henderson in the paint. Henderson loses it. Jakari Brown picks it up. Her against Walter, going to the hole, and no score.
As good as Jakari Brown is, she needs to trust her left hand in that situation.
Ariana Walker brings the ball right down the court. Hayden Harrell gets a rebound off a miss.
Yeah, you got to know, you cannot challenge Plunkett like that. You leave the ball too exposed.
Johnson goes the hole, misses a layup, not going strong.
This should be an easy one for Brooklyn.
And Sadie Johnson with the bucket. That's her
Sadie.
first points of the ball game.
Emily Hatch actually made a good play on that. She got there a lot quicker than I thought she would.
Right to the basket is Jakari Brown.
We've had no full timeouts yet. I don't think there was a full timeout called in the first game.
There was in the first half. There was not.
In the first half, I don't remember there wasn't in the first game. You see Coach Richie with a 30-second. And so, again, the Bombers are having trouble guarding Jakari Brown, getting to the paint, and Plunkett. And if they end up settling for a 2 seed and they got to play McGinnis is going to offer similar problems. The Bombers need to figure this out right now. Guarding, dribble penetration.
Yeah, finishing on the shot has been a problem for them. Going left for Brooklyn Henderson, you mentioned earlier, has been a challenge. But just finishing on the layups has been a problem. Right now, Carl Albert's struggling to finish on layups as well, though.
Yeah, I think the big point in this game so far, Tracy, is, we're talking late first, early second quarter when Carl Albert was just going off from three-point range. Sutton hit a couple. Hatchett even hit one. She doesn't normally hit threes that often, but she hit one there. Jakari Brown hit a couple. And that's when they separate themselves, and that separation has basically been maintained ever since.
Henderson brings the ball up the court, across the timeline, going against Zoe Johnson, freshman on freshman.
Boy, she slipped, and this is sloppy basketball for Midwest City.
Seven Miller loses the ball. Plunkett comes up with it. Miller almost gets the steal. Harrell for three from the corner. Back iron. Tips her own rebound into the hands of Johnson, who is fouled going to the hole.
They didn't box out Harrell shooting the three, and Bombers paid the price. And you can't give up those type of possessions when you're trying to make it come from behind here. You got to box out shooters. Carl Albert's great at following their own shot.
Ariana Walter draws the foul. Zoe Johnson hits the Toonie Bites Houses free throw.
Okay, so Plunkett's out. There's still good size for Carl Albert, but not the defensive presence you would normally, that Plunkett provides. So this is when Henderson's got to be like, okay, now I'm going hard to my right. We'll see how they play me. But now you don't have to worry about the rim protecting presence of Audrey Plunkett.
Left elbow. Ariana Walter backs up. Harrell stays on her. Picks up her dribble now. Jakari Brown all over Andrea Walter. She gets to the basket and scores.
Good job shooting that before she got away the basket and using the backboard well.
And a turnover for Carl Albert. Puts the ball back in the hands of Midwest City. It's a 10-point game. Midwest City can make this a single-digit game here with 4 minutes left to play in the Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period. Andrea Walker, driving, kicks the ball back out. Sadie Johnson. Brooklyn Henderson kicks it out. Seven Miller drives the baseline, goes too hard. She went from the side and tried to use the glass with no angle. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Carl Albert basketball.
Yeah, again,
not a good finish by Seven Miller.
You're going up against the Carl Albert team without the shot blocking presence of Plunkett. Just worry about making the shot. Instead, Miller was trying too hard to draw a foul.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Seven Miller. It'll stay with Carl Albert side out.
So it's a victory for the Titans right now, maintaining that cushion while Plunkett's on the bench. Because once she comes back in, unless she's hurt or in foul trouble, she will be in to stay, I bet.
Hayden Harrell takes the inbound pass, sets up the offense. Sadie Johnson on D. Harrell for three. Short. Rebound, Ariana Walter, excuse me. Walter sets up the offense now, goes left, cuts back inside, floater off the glass. I say floater off the glass, actually nice little jump shot, and misses it. Jakari Brown going to the hole. Tries to back down Henderson, nothing happening there. Now Miller on Brown.
It's a good matchup. Miller, a good perimeter defender. Brown, of course, we know what she can do on offense.
So Johnson, top of the key. Sutton for three. Front iron, no good. Rebound. Ariana Walter gives it to Miller. Miller going to the hole. Puts it in for two. And it's an 8-point basketball game.
Ariana Walters made some good plays here. She's only a freshman, but she is also a very skilled freshman. She's made some good plays this quarter. Still no Plunkett.
Harrell directing traffic. We're down to the 2.5-minute mark in the Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period. Zoe Johnson posting up, kicks the ball back out.
Look at us actually going to check in.
So Audrey Plunkett set to check back in the ball game. She's sitting in front of the score table now waiting for stoppage. Jakari Brown for three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three for Jakari Brown. 18 points for Jakari Brown now.
So she's gotten so good at just scoring in so many different ways.
Foul called on the floor.
I think it may be two shots. It's going to be two shots for Seven Miller.
Seven Miller going to the free throw line to shoot the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Remind you, Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046.
I mean, again, the offense for Carl Albert probably was a bit stagnant without Audrey Plunkett on the floor as someone to kind of take over. And so Jakari Brown with a great time to get back into shooting threes. And Lewis City, meanwhile, struggling with the free throw line. They need these free throws badly, and Plunkett is back in with her team up by 11. That's about where it was at when she went out.
After going 8 for 8 combined from the free throw line in the first half, these teams are 1 for 4 now here in the second half. Seven Miller's second shot coming, and that one's good.
Now the Bombers and the Titans, because they had such an easy district schedule, neither team's used to playing from behind. Carl Albert struggled playing from behind in the first matchup. They could never really make a good run at it.
Full court D coming by Midwest City. Carl Albert gets into the front court, no problem. Hayden Harrell sets up the offense. Harrell going against Sadie Johnson, goes left, gives to Jakari Brown. Brown versus Henderson. Henderson did a good job staying in front of her. And now freshman and a reaching in foul called on Brooklyn Henderson. That will be her first personal, I believe.
All right, hey, Gordy's got an interesting guest on. Gordy, you ready?
Not yet, Jordan. We're going to get the camera down here. Go talk to Roy Henderson here.
Let's go talk to Brooklyn's dad and a former Bomber.
Zoe Johnson shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, hits the first.
All right, Jordan. All right, I'm blessed to have Roy Henderson, senior, one member of Midwest City High School's 2000 class, one of the former champions. Coach, Roy, I appreciate your time, Roy. Thank you so much. The reason why we want to bring you down here is because not only is Roy an alumni and state champion of Carl Albert, he's also the father of Midwest City. He is also the father of Brooklyn Henderson and Roy Henderson Jr., former state champion in 2024, correct? Correct. Coach, Roy, I just wanted to ask you, so what do you remember here about, most about playing here as a student?
Most about playing here, man, is tradition. It's all about tradition. We go by the logo, the handle, the Bomber Magic. And once a bomber, always a bomber. It just flows down through from being a champion to passing it down to hopefully being another champion.
So what lessons did you teach, the girls, as far as your son, as far as the culture here in Midwest City?
Hey man, I always go hard to leave it on the court. Everybody's only going to remember the last play. Anything before that, man, you got to forget about it. You got to keep it going. You got to stay confident, keep your head up, believe in your teammates, and just do your thing.
So what do you remember most about playing here as a student?
Man, the fans, man, you get really loud in this building. And everybody, it's just a fun place to play. And we bleed in black and gold.
So what does it mean to your family to be a part of a program like this?
Well, if Brooklyn wins, we'll be the only father, son, and daughter to ever win state. Yeah, so that'll be pretty dope. Looking forward to something like that happening.
So in Midwest City, I've watched you guys for a long time. So what makes a school like this so special?
That everybody is still intact. Like even the guys I graduated with, we talk, man, at least once a week. We check on each other. Everybody's successful. Everybody wants the best still at this age, for each other. And it's just family.
So what advice usually do you give Brooklyn before a game like this?
Pray. Pray about it. Give it all to God.
Well, one thing I wanted to highlight is a lot of your philanthropy work that you do as Music Man and around the community. Is there anything that you would like to speak on, to kind of highlight that?
Man, it's just a blessing to be a blessing. And don't forget to count your blessings. And you'll keep getting your blessings. But hey, it's a blessing to be in a position, and I just try to use my platform to elevate everybody else around me.
Well, we look forward to Brooklyn's future. We know she got a long way ahead. So I know she's just getting started. But we really congratulate you on what your accomplishments was, and of course your son. We know that he's at Eastern Oklahoma State College. So how he's doing?
Hey, little Roy's going hard, man. His last game, he had 31. So we're looking forward to what's next.
Definitely looking forward to the future. Boy, I really appreciate your time. Like I said, former state champion at Midwest City High School. Long time ago, not too far ago, in the year 2000. But Brooklyn and them might be on their way back to one. So we wish you guys the best of luck, and we thank you for your time, Roy. Thank you so much.
All right. After 3 periods of play, it's a 10-point game, 49-39. Carl Albert Lady Titans leading the Midwest City Lady Bombers. And we want to remind you that Carl Albert needs to win this game by 4 to win the district. Any other outcome, 4 or less, is a district championship for Midwest City. Of course, both teams want to win the game outright. Yeah. We just began the 4th period of play. 4th period brought to you by Titan Secure Storage. Proud to be tonight's quarter sponsor, a veteran operator-owned business in East Oklahoma City. And it's their honor and responsibility to serve the community with care and lots of discount options at Titan Secure Storage. Your treasures aren't just secure, they're Titan Secure. Visit them at www.titanstorageok.com or call 405-987-8673 for more information.
They brought Guthrie in the game. Bailey Guthrie, who's been not played much this year because of a knee injury. She went right at Audrey Plunkett, and that's probably not a good idea, but Bombers retained possession.
So at the end of that 3rd period, Ariana Walter hit a 3. Zoe Johnson hit some free throws, and it's a 10-point game, as we said, 49-39 as we go into this Titan Secure Storage 4th period. Brooklyn Henderson now shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
So it looks like Midwest City may decide not to go right now with Hodge, just because, again, maybe that hand injury is just limiting herself a bit too much for him. So we're seeing Guthrie get a chance, but it's going to be real important that she makes good decisions. Again, I don't think she should be challenging Plunkett one-on-one.
Henderson misses the first free throw, hits the second.
And now we're going to see a press because she made the second.
She has 12 points in the ball game. Hatchett gives it to Zoe Johnson in the front court. And now Carl Albert with Hayden Harrell at the point will set up their offense. It's a single-digit game, 49-40. Zoe Johnson gets bodied up at the low post. Seven Miller may have just picked up her 3rd personal. She does.
Yeah, right now you got to leave her out there.
3 fouls on Seven Miller, 4 on Promise Wright, who's still on the bench with those 4 fouls. Hatchett inbound on the baseline. Time running out over the top to Plunkett. She has to reach up and over the head of Seven Miller to get the ball. Plunkett called for the travel.
She made a good pivot initially, but she just didn't maintain control of the ball. That's a tough task, is to try to split a defense for Midwest City's quick guards. I think Seven Miller may have been one of them. And remember, the way Midwest City needs to think about this, they're not down 9, they're down 6. They need to outscore Carlbert by 6. Whatever gets you confident here.
Ariana Walter, defended by Harrell, backs up. She's playing with a lot of confidence.
They're making it hard for Henderson to catch the ball.
Walter misses the shot, gets her own rebound. That was Andrea Walter. It goes right back to the hole and gets the bucket.
The other freshman. Maybe we shouldn't call her the other freshman.
Well, she's a senior. That was Andrea Walter there. So, yeah. And it's a 7-point game now, so closer and closer to that breaking point. And this has got to be the last 30-second timeout of the game, right?
At some point, they may not be allowed to take 30-second timeouts. I don't know. So we'll try to get a commercial break next time out no matter what. But, yeah, again, Bombers need to lose by 3 or better. So they got down 4 points to make up. It's still a very close game in that regard. And one interesting scenario would be if they got really close and Carl Albert, the strategy changes than what you would normally see. So it's important to emphasize again, when I said look at it earlier, instead of being down 9, you're down 6. Why is that? Because if you lose by 3, you don't move. You're still in the first place. You're still the number 1 seed. And again, you would rather not play McGinnis in the not elimination game, it wouldn't be an elimination game, but in the regional championship game if you could avoid it.
Plunkett may have shuffled her feet in the backcourt there. Anyway, Brooklyn Henderson gets the steal, and she goes right at Plunkett, draws the foul.
She exploded right at Plunkett, and I think that's a good call. Plunkett was not really set, or she was backpedaling. And that's what Brooklyn Henderson is really good at. She's good at a few things, and one of them is when she sees a defender backpedaling, she goes quick and hard.
Plunkett now has 3 fouls. Henderson misses the Toonie Bieshouse's free throw.
Against the stress of trailing, Midwest City's only seen that in no district games this year, but tournament games where they don't have the same feel to it. They still matter. They have lost some tournament games to Wasso and Mustang in the Norman tournament, for example.
Henderson 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Carl Albert gets into the front court this time, and a foul called on Andrea Walter.
Yeah, Walter got there a little bit late.
Her second personal.
Just got to be careful when you start to get in the penalty. For Carl Albert, you want to get in that penalty. You want to get in the bonus, and they're getting close to it. You also want Shakari Brown to make decisions.
Plunkett kicks it out. Brown thought about the 3. Denia Douglas in there defending now. Plunkett in the paint, puts up the shot, no good. And that one's going out of bounds. I really thought that shot might have been blocked, but.
Well, I don't think you expect anyone to block Audrey Plunkett's shot because she's the tallest player out there. She's not really a post player is the problem. If this is a team that you want to be good against in the post because you have the size advantage, but that's really not her forte.
Long 2, shot no good. Zoe Johnson with the rebound for the Titans. It's a 6-point lead for the Titans.
Yeah, that shot was a bit forced. You want to take an open 3 or you want to attack?
It's a 2-possession game. It's a 1-possession district championship.
Yeah, 3-point shot will get Middle City where they need to be. A lot of basketball to be played for that.
Well, what a good job defending by Andrea Walter here. And just as I say that, they call the foul. That's her 3rd personal.
I think that's the 4th team foul.
Only the 3rd, according to the scoreboard. Okay. Yeah.
But you really didn't want to foul there. You want to avoid the penalty as long as you can. So refs are kind of calling it tighter than they were earlier on. You want to try to defend her without fouling. Carl Albert keep running clock.
Shakari Brown trying to drive. Pulls up, turnaround jumper, gets it to go.
She's been so good, both halves. You just have a good feeling right now when Jakari Brown has the ball and tries to score. Again, the growth she's had the last 4 years has been unbelievable.
She has 20 now in the ball game. And it was Ariana Walter missing, but a putback by Denia Douglas.
She doesn't play a lot, but that is a huge play. And she got that rebound and spun to a spot where Plunkett couldn't get there to block it. Keeping Midwest City very much in this thing.
Harrell hands off to Plunkett. Plunkett has the ball tipped away by Douglas, and Douglas will get called for the reaching in foul. Now that's the fourth foul, the last foul to give for Midwest City.
Boy, you know, they are calling it tight. Tighter than before.
Here come Promise Wright and Seven Miller. Promise Wright has 4 fouls. Seven Miller has 3.
But you got to adapt. If you're Midwest City, if you're Carl Albert, just be strong with the ball. As long as you use your body to protect the dribble, Midwest City's going to have a hard time knocking it away from you without fouling.
See how aggressive Carl Albert is at going right at Promise Wright and trying to draw the 5th foul against her. Brown
what a good
to
pick.
the hole, puts up the shot in the paint, and it's no good. That was about 12 feet out.
Very surprised she missed that. What's the call there? Oh, I didn't see it clearly if Zoe Johnson or Hatchett may have got it, and that's what the refs are going to say.
Now, that's the call I expected on that one, as Johnson reached in at the ball and looked like she made contact with it. Baseline inbound play, Brooklyn Henderson to the hole, and it is a 4-point ball game.
Well, what a good comeback from Midwest City, down 13 earlier this half. And they've slowly chipped away. It hasn't been dominant really, but they've slowly chipped away, and we have a barn burner right now.
It's not. Midwest City is doing a better job of making their transition buckets or their attacks at the basket, but it's really about what they're doing defensively and what's happening offensively for Carl Albert. A 4-point ball game with just over 3 minutes left to play, and we're going to take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams, back at Midwest City High School, where Carl Albert is just hanging on to a 4-point lead here with 3 minutes to play in this girls' game. 4 points is what Carl Albert needs to win by to win the district championship, but it is Midwest City who's controlling things in the fourth quarter. At least that's the way it feels. Brooklyn Henderson just scored the bucket to cut that lead down to 4. She has 15 points in the ball game. Carl Albert with the ball, a little push off by Jakari Brown, no call. This is the Titan Secure Storage, 4th period.
Boy, a lot of contact and
a 5-second
wow.
Call.
I thought that was going to be a foul on Henderson.
A turnover for Carl Albert.
I don't remember too many times I've seen a foul get called right before a shot goes up. Usually when you see the shot about to go up, you would not call a 5 seconds. So that's an interesting call, and Bombers can get within a basket, which would be huge.
Harrell tips the ball away, and again comes up with a good steal by Hayden Harrell.
Yeah, Sadie Johnson's got to know what she's going up against there. She's going to keep knocking at it.
Plunkett for 3, it's long. And it's going out of bounds.
As much as we love Audrey Plunkett, sometimes she will try to do too much. That's where Jakari Brown comes in handy. I don't think she tries to do too much. She plays more within herself. And I think she needs to be the one making a lot of the decisions for Carl Albert this next 2:20.
Brooklyn Henderson, the freshman, with the ball in her hands. She's the leading scorer for Midwest City. Promise Wright. Trying to attack.
Wow,
goes at the hole, and it's a 2-point ball game. There's your triple elite screen printing instant replay. Promise Right with 11 points in the ball game. It's 51-49 with 2 minutes left to play. The Titans Secure Storage fourth period here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School, where Midwest City has just cut the Carl Albert lead in this girls game down to 2. 51-49 the score. 2 minutes to play in the Titans Secure Storage fourth period. Full court pressure coming by Midwest City. 7 Miller gets the steal. And then Audrey Plunkett comes away with the ball, and a foul is called on 7 Miller, her fourth personal foul. Fifth team foul on Midwest City. Audrey Plunkett going to the line, shoot Toonie Bicehouse's free throws.
What a sequence. You had the ball if you're Midwest City. You don't need to throw that pass. Under no circumstances, even if you had a bigger lead or there's more time on the clock, there's just no reason to do that.
When you're moving fast, when you're hurrying the game up and it leads to something good like a steal, it's easy to get into keep going fast mode.
Well, you know what? You can tell these teams, they need this game no matter what happens. As Plunkett with a crazy miss, and she has not been quite herself this half compared to her first half.
She's 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 1 for 3 in the second half.
It's too early to think about stalling, but if you're Midwest City, you would treat a 3-point deficit, or 2-point deficit, like you have the lead and you don't want to force anything. And Carl Albert, will see if at some point they want to foul, but I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're going to play stall ball yet.
Coach Malloy Knight very excited over here on the sideline, giving out instructions. Promise Right driving, and an offensive foul called on Midwest City. Turning the ball back over to Carl Albert.
Well, you want to take clock it, but you got to be smart with it. And Midwest had the ball twice and has turned the ball over since they got within 2. As for Carl Albert, they also have imploded someone on offense, and it's just an unusual situation for both teams, Tracy. Neither team is used to playing in close games.
Boy, Hayden Harrell is so quick.
Oh, yeah.
She just turns and says, I'm getting this ball in front court, and away she goes. That foul was on Denia Douglas. That was her second personal foul.
And not free throws either, as you can see, because it was an offensive foul.
Plunkett backing Douglas down. Now Plunkett goes to the hole and draws the foul. She's going back to the free throw line. Douglas again called for the foul.
You know, if Hatchett's making the handoff to Plunkett, I'd trap it. I would trap Plunkett on that. Make her make a pass. But now this is Plunkett's chance to kind of redeem herself. She's had really 3, she makes that free throw, that's big. 3 lackluster halves against Midwest City. This half and maybe both halves of the first game. But she can make up for that with free throws made here and some good defense.
Toonie Bicehouse's free throws by Audrey Plunkett. She hits both of them to make it a 4-point game once again. 4 points is what Carl Albert needs. What Midwest City does not want.
Yeah, so now Midwest City, you want to get the ball into Brooklyn Henderson's hands, but in a good spot. So it doesn't mean that she should just keep the ball right now. And, of course, with Harrell guarding you, you better be real smart with it.
And
the clock stop, not run.
Not sure what happened. Yeah, the clock never started. It was at 1:20, and they never started it when she picked the basketball up.
If they keep it at 1:20, that's good for Midwest City because they might need those extra 6 seconds. Well, it may end up being good for Carl Albert because who knows what's going to happen here.
Midwest City ended up getting the ball about the same place where it was picked up anyway, so that worked out okay. Oh, Hayden Harrell, another steal. Wow. Quick hands by Harrell.
Not the foul for Midwest City. They don't.
Now Harrell dribbles into a double team. Ball's taken away. Malia Hatchett gets down and dirty, stealing the ball back.
We got a timeout for Carl Albert.
Brooklyn Henderson is down on the court right now, struggling to get back to her feet. She's up, and now she's walking just fine, headed back over to her huddle. We got a full timeout on the court, and we're going to take a timeout as well here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School. We have a great basketball game here. It's a 4-point lead for Carl Albert, 53-49, 55 seconds left to play in the Titans Secure Storage fourth period. Carl Albert needs to win by 4 to win the district championship. They lead by 4. Audrey Plunkett kicks it out. Zoe Johnson's going to take some time off the clock.
Good decision there to run clock.
Seven Miller picks up her 5th personal foul, reaching in on Hayden Harrell. That'll send Harrell to the line and Miller to the bench. Hayden Harrell has not scored in this basketball game, but defensively, especially, she has been a key here in the fourth period.
Yeah, you just can't dribble the ball around her very, very easily. You have to kind of know where she's at. And that gives her not just a physical advantage, but a mental one.
Toonie Buys Houses free throws coming for Hayden Harrell. Remind you, you can get a hold of Toonie Buys Houses at 405-931-3046 for a cash offer today. Harrell has her first points of the ball game as she connects on the first free throw, making it a 5-point lead. Make it a 6-point game as Harrell connects on both free throws. 43 seconds left to play in the ball game. Brooklyn Henderson waits till the last minute to pick the ball up. Goes against Harrell, goes to the hole. Blocking foul against Hayden Harrell. Boy, Henderson's smart.
Yeah, given the scenario, Midwest City can hit a 3 and they'll be where they want. But that doesn't mean you force one now, so that was a good decision. And unfortunately for Henderson, it was not in the act of shooting.
Only the 3rd foul against Carl Albert. Henderson pulls up on the 3. It's short. Promise Wright with the rebound. Taking a lot of time off the clock here. We're down to the 30-second mark. Ariana Walter passes off. Promise Wright. 3 by Sadie Johnson. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Wow.
And we got Coach Knight calling a timeout, and then I don't know what she's insisting on. This is what we're talking about with this crazy scenario, Gordy, that we have because of district play, which basketball didn't have until a couple years ago in 5A and 6A only. You wouldn't do this in any other circumstance, but here we are. This is a scenario that just fascinates me to no end. So the situation should be, normally you're down 3. What are you going to do with Carl Albert? You're going to try to inbound it, and if you're going to foul him. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think both teams are going to go for the 1 seed, which means Midwest City will not foul, and Carl Albert will try to score, which makes no sense given the score unless you know the context. This is unbelievably fascinating.
Yeah, the key here for this Midwest City team, while they want to win the game, they would rather win the district. And,
yes.
And fouling here and putting Carl Albert at the line could cost them the district championship. They need to lose by 3 or less or win. They're down by 3 with 22 seconds on the clock.
There's no way Midwest City's going to foul here. Now, Carl Albert's running press break. That's the other thing. You're down 3, and they put the clock back at 22 seconds. What would you normally do? You would press. Midwest City's not pressing. They're not trying to deny this. They're not fouling. It's a different scenario.
Carl Albert needs a point.
Oh, it's an offensive foul on Plunkett. That's unbelievable.
A moving screen called on Audrey Plunkett turns the ball over.
That would have been a foul on Brooklyn Henderson on the ball if that was not called an illegal screen. What does Carl Albert do?
Now does Carl Albert foul with a 3-point lead?
Yes, I think they will.
And they've got a foul to give. That's part of the problem.
Henderson should not shoot. And Coach Knight called the timeout thinking Henderson was going to shoot or try to attack the basket. It's like, no, you don't want to do that.
What are the coaches thinking here, Jordan?
Well, you know what? I don't know what they said to their players because Coach Richie had to remind his players to go pressure the ball.
But then they didn't foul with 10 seconds.
They did not foul. And I don't know what Midwest City was doing. Brooklyn Henderson knew that the best thing for her to do is just don't worry about the win in this game. Dribble the ball out until Carl Albert fouls you.
I mean, if you're Midwest City and it comes down to the final second and you fire a 3 up right now at the final second of the game and you hit it, you send it to overtime and it could cost you the district championship.
No, I got to correct you there, Tracy. Once you get to overtime, it's only a 1 point.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So overtime would be fine for Midwest City.
That's right.
So what you're saying,
great point.
Shoot that 3, and if you make it, great. If you miss it, you're still okay. If you make it and goes overtime, hey, it's free basketball. You have clinched the 1 seed.
Yeah, great point.
Look what Plunkett did right there.
And that fouls Plunkett out of the ball game.
Think about that, Tracy. Carl Albert's up 3, and they're fouling, and it's not to protect the 3-point game. It's to give them a shot. And they got to do it again. And
I've got Plunkett with 5 fouls. The scoreboard does not.
Oh, my goodness! Let's see that again!
Here's the triple elite screen printing instant replay.
That's unbelievable by Brooklyn Henderson. And boy, is this crowd live. Tracy, that's nothing I haven't said very often. The crowd we have tonight for a girls basketball game, it's not playoffs, unbelievable. And we'll see what they do with the clock.
They called a foul on the shot. It was a 3-point make. Midwest City could win the game outright if they give her the foul and the free throw here.
Carl Albert cannot get to their mark now. This is it. Midwest City has won, or I shouldn't say won the district. If Carl Albert could still tie for the district. They put the score, though, back at 52.
Waiting for a signal from the officials.
Well, it's clear what Brooklyn Henderson was trying to do. She was trying to get a foul in the act of shooting. And Carl was trying to foul beforehand.
They're saying it was a 2-point shot, I think is what they're saying.
You'll take that, though, but they haven't given her the 2 points yet. And the other big question is how much time is going to be on the clock? What a crazy game.
There may be no time left.
You'll take that if you're Midwest City, even though you can't win.
I thought the ball went in before the buzzer sounded, personally, but.
Well, you saw what happened on that, and the reason why that was amazing is, they're giving her 2 points, and I did think it was a 2-pointer initially, but just the fact that Brooklyn Henderson anticipated the foul and shot that, to have the presence of mind to do that.
So
unbelievable.
Let's just say that secures the district championship for Midwest City. Carl Albert is going to win the game by 1 point.
Yes.
Midwest City is going to win the district championship.
And the crowd knows it too. That's what's so amazing.
Brooklyn Henderson missed the Toonie Buys Houses free throw.
That should be it.
She's crying and upset, and yet she just won a district championship for Midwest City.
She clinched it there. And, of course, they wouldn't have played within one without her. Gordy, you can talk to Brooklyn Henderson and see if she understands what she did.
The officials are leaving the court. Ball game's over.
I definitely will, Jordan.
What a comeback from Midwest City, down double digits much of that time. And Gordy, ask how Coach Knight feels with the loss that is in many ways still a win. But we'll wait till she gets there. We're going to say our player of the game, I'll just split it between Brooklyn Henderson and Promise Wright.
I'll see if I can get them both, Jordan.
What an amazing set of circumstances that is. Carl Albert, the 1-point win, so they're district co-champions. But Midwest City won by 4 18 days ago. They have the tiebreaker. They will be the 1 seed. Carl Albert, again, they won. Congratulations to them. It's not a meaningless win. They are co-champions in the district. And they're still in great shape being a 2 seed. But, man, all right. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I think he's missing Coach Knight here. She's trying to head over to the sideline. There he goes. He's catching up with her now.
Mike Dunn. Oh, he got blocked. Gordy got blocked.
All right. Gordy Jones now with Coach Megan Malloy Knight.
All right, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. Thank you, Coach Wright. Huge game right there, Coach. What do you want to say as far as what was the biggest effort that you guys had today?
City, when the foul count is 15-4 in the second half, that's a big bounce with 2 aggressive teams. And guess what? We're still district champions. So at the end of the day, again, this is just a game. We still won the district. We're still number 1, and we're still going to go compete for that gold ball.
Right. Like you said, you locked up the district. So what does this mean for that program?
I mean, it's great for us. We deserve it. We're back to where we wanted to be. That's the first check of our list, and we got a lot more to check off.
We can't wait to see, Coach. We really didn't get a chance to talk to Brooklyn Henderson. We want to talk to Wright as well. If we want to tell them the player of the game, both of those, good job by those girls. Hey, we just really want to wish you guys the best. Good luck, Coach. Thank you so much.
All right, let's show you the district standings in a bit. But first, Tracy, how about that player of the game sponsor?
Yeah, our player of the game sponsored by Whataburger on 15th, right here beside Midwest City High School. There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like real big. For $3, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap. That's a crispy premium chicken strip, fresh veggies, creamy buttermilk ranch, and melty cheese on a warm tortilla. Or for $4, you can go even bigger with 5 of our premium chicken Whata Bites. Or Whata Chicken Bites, excuse me. For $5, you can go bigger than big with a bacon cheese Whataburger Jr. That's 100% beef with melty cheese. Want to go bigger? Add fries and a drink for just $2.49. Now that's a Whata deal only at Whataburger.
Sounds like a meal I'm going to go get after the game.
All right, good. That's right, John. All right, let's now look at what we got. This is our projected matchups here. First, the Newcastle Regional. They are the 1 seed from 5A1. They look dominant, and it looks like they're going to host Southeast. If the times are their normal times for regional games first round, they would be 6 p.m. And then Guyman and Altus at 7:30, both games on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We expect the Altus crew to take care of both games. The winner of that regional will play the winner of the Carl Albert Regional. They are the 2 seed now. They will host Duncan. And then the second game on that night will be Bishop against Lawton High. And that could lead to a great regional championship game on Saturday. And whoever loses will play the loser of the regional championship between Newcastle, probably, and either Altus or Guyman. We don't know yet, of course. And on the other side of the 5A girls bracket, the Midwest City Regional, the Lady Bombers are the 1 seed. They're going to probably host Santa Fe South. And the second game will be Lod MacArthur and Noble. And the winner of those games will play each other on Saturday, the 28th in the afternoon. Usually it's about 1 p.m., but they'll check. You want to check your listings, and they'll release brackets probably tomorrow. And then finally, the Del City girls, of course, they won big tonight, and they clinched a 2 seed. And they're slated to host Guthrie in their first game. That should be the matchup. Again, we project these times and these matchups. We could end up being wrong, but we believe this is what's going to happen. And then finally, El Reno girls, the 2-time defending champs, will take on Class SAS. Could be an interesting matchup for a regional championship, possibly. Likely Del City and El Reno. Remember that game the last year for the area championship. And the winner of Del City, or the winner of the Del City district regional, will play the winner of the Midwest City regional, also for an area championship. That being the following Thursday. All right, it's a mouthful, Tracy, but all these are Oklahoma Sports Network teams, and we're going to have on all those games. Not every visitors game, but at least for the regional championships, we expect to have all 4 games on Saturday, and many of the host teams playing will have those games on as well on Thursday. All right, well, I guess we got the boys game coming up, so we'll take a quick break. We'll go and just toss it. We'll have some boys information for you, but anything else you want to say about that? That was a hell of a girls game.
No, just a great game. Again, Carl Albert, Lady Titans, get the win tonight in Midwest City, 55-54, but it was not a win by enough points to win the district championship. All they needed was 3 more points. As a result, the Midwest City Lady Bombers are the district champions. Something you covered. Want to make sure everybody kind of understands what we're talking about in simplest form tonight. Carl Albert gets the win in the game. Midwest City wins the district.
You got the players from Midwest City, girl players coming out congratulating their fans. They realized that they did what they needed to do, even though they technically lost the game.
Good environment in the gym tonight. Fans are all in this here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams, Midwest City High School. We just finished up the girls' game, about to tip off the boys' game here. This is Midwest City hosting Carl Albert.
Hey, let's go down to Gordy Jones real quick. Gordy, you ready?
Jordan, can you hear me down here?
Yes.
All right, cool. I didn't know if you could hear me. Let me get Coach Price real quick.
Well, we did hear him.
All right, Jordan, you hear me?
Yes.
All right, thanks, Jordan. I'm here with the great Coach Jay Price right now. Coach Price, I want to tell you congratulations, first of all, on winning that district title.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about that.
Sir, so what's most important for you guys tonight in the game as far as having that 1 seed on lock?
Well, you know, we talked about today how much this game really matters still. The district's out the door. That's over. That's been done. It's been decided. So now this is a game against our crosstown rival. It's a chance for us to continue to grow a little bit in our playoff run and get prepared for that. And so playing somebody on the road in a crazy environment like this, a really top team, is great for us to prepare for the playoffs. So that's what we're focusing on tonight.
I understand. So, sir, along with the same line, you're scheduled to play not 1 but 2 games this weekend that are out of district conference. So, against Mustang and Sonoma, so what's most important as far as the schedule of those games?
Well, we just wanted to play solid competition to prepare for the playoffs. And, you know, it's to me, playing games is much better than practice, especially at this time of the year. And just give us the opportunity to see some really good competition, maybe learn some things that might help us later on in the playoffs and get us to where we want to be.
All right. We wish you the best of luck today, Coach. Thanks so much.
Gordy Jones with the interview there with Coach.
He's going to try to find Coach Dillon in a moment. While he does, let's go ahead and show you the standings. So this is, Trace, similar to a year ago, to the day, by the way. We did El Reno Carl Albert. El Reno clinched the 1 seed, but Carl Albert really wanted that game because they wanted a signature win. Midwest City losing to Guthrie on Friday night eliminates them from being a 1 seed. I think they also need this game for a big district win, in my opinion. So they're in a similar boat to what Carl Albert was last year when they hosted El Reno. Midwest City needs to, after a tough loss to Guthrie, they need a win to feel good about. They're not going to have an official game like Carl Albert will have 2. Midwest City is instead going to have a scrimmage, hopefully. We're still working that out against Southmore, and that's it. So they need this win, if they can get it, to kind of go into the playoffs with some momentum, because they will have the toughest potential regional opponent in Class in SAS.
Yeah, Class in SAS, phenomenal team. Of course, we've seen them this year here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And the last time we were at Class in SAS, they were missing one of their starters. Still come back, put some pressure, and played well. That was against Del City. And so, yeah, we say Del City, and we're looking at Del City boys being district champions, and we're looking at Carl Albert district champions, Midwest City runners-up. These three teams in this school district, we're not talking about athletic district, but in this school district, phenomenal basketball between all three boys and girls teams for Middale Schools. So congratulations, Middale Schools, you win for the quality of basketball you're putting on the court and the type of coaching and leadership you're presenting to these student athletes. You're just doing a phenomenal job right now.
All right, let's go down to Coach Noel talking with Gordy.
All right, I got Coach Tori Noel down here. Thanks for your time, Coach. Coach, last Friday you said you had a tough game against Guthrie. How have the practices been for your players since then?
Man, just more and talk what we could do better than anything, man. I think our biggest thing is just coming in focused, ready to go.
So, Coach, with you guys locked into the number 2 seed, what's most important for you guys to do in tonight's game?
Man, just come out and being real physical, and we got to come out to win just to help us with confidence going into the playoffs.
All right, big game, exciting game tonight, Coach. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you. All right, back to you guys, Jordan.
Again, the interview there with Coach Tori Noel, the head coach of the Midwest City Bombers. We're getting ready for our starting lineup. Starting lineup sponsored by Precision Nutrition. For all your nutrition needs in one shaker tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street, Suite 105 in Del City. You can order over the phone by calling 405-672-0999. Mr. Ken Hillebrand, the PA announcer here at Midwest City High School, will be introducing your starting lineups.
Number 10, Austin Johnson. Number 21, Brandon Rogers. Number 23, LeBron Royal. Okay, let's look at these starting lineups one more time here. We had the number right for Caleb Stevens, he's 11. We had the number wrong for Kenyon Brown, he's 32 on the screen. But that's the starting lineup Mosey's been going with lately. Now that they're healthy, Bryson Blackwell and Kenyon Brown, a couple of juniors, have been starting alongside the three regulars, Randall, Denson, and Stevens. And that starting lineup for Carl Albert has been around for quite a while. It feels like it. They've been basically starting since day one.
Caleb Stevens wearing number 10 tonight instead of Lucas Fields. Okay, so we got that update on our roster as well.
Oh, he is wearing 10. My mistake.
Well,
he is wearing 11. It is 11. But what we had on our roster,
they entered
people. Yeah, they entered that one wrong. Yeah. Kenyon Brown, we had as number 21, but he's 32. As you're about to see him jump center.
Well, they introduced him as number 10, but then he was wearing number 11, so we've got it right now. The tip-off coming courtesy of Dale City Chamber of Commerce. The Dale City Chamber of Commerce is the trusted resource for advocacy, education, and engagement to help you improve your business. Kenyon Brown.
Now, a lot of things to talk about as far as Midwest City, just because they're kind of the team it's at a crossroads right now. And one of the big things they need is Kenyon Brown to start winning those tips, of course, but more so play really big on defense.
Our first period brought to you by Scrambled. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast. 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A, Oklahoma City, 405-900-5972. And while I was giving you our Scrambled first period sponsor, we had a physical play and no foul call.
And then they call foul, I think, on Kenyon Brown, who did not want to accept that screen from Jordan Hawkins. But I would say, Kenyon, you gotta be careful. That's the type of foul you want to avoid. And then he lost him.
LeBron Royal with the miss. Ball tipped out by Denson.
You know, Nova City had some problems late in the Guthrie game defending based on the bounce plays. They've got to, it involves having your head on a swivel. You got to be aware of a lot of things going on.
Elijah Matthews going straight to the hole. Kenyon Brown pulls down the rebound. Blackwell pushing it the other way.
Let's see what Bryson Blackwell does. He hasn't gotten a ton of minutes in the games we've called. There's a clear reaching foul on Austin Johnson. But I think Coach Noel has a lot of confidence in him to start him this late in the season.
Johnson reaching from behind to slap a ball. Not the kind of foul, not the kind of defense it's really not the foul. It's not the kind of defense you really want to see your players.
Well, we've seen two clear defensive fouls that are avoidable. You should know better than to commit those fouls. But it's early in the game, so we'll see if both players adjust, that being Kenyon Brown and Austin Johnson.
Adrian Randall looking, passes off to the left, and now inside to Brown. Ball tipped away, and a foul called on Johnson. That'll be his second in the first minute of play.
That's why you don't want to take a chance on a reach-in, Tracy, because Austin Johnson did not mean to foul there. That foul you kind of can't avoid. But the first foul you could have, so that's where you would talk to him about with two fouls.
Johnson.
Nice move.
Kenyon Brown going to the baseline drive, gets the first bucket of the ball game.
One thing that Nova City can look forward to, if Kenyon Brown gets his legs, gets his conditioning, the more he does that, the more dangerous they'll be. He's only been playing for a couple weeks now.
Brandon Rogers back to Royal. Royal goes up, draws the foul. He's going to the line to shoot the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
It's a good two-man game with Rogers and Royal. Those two have been playing important minutes for Carl Albert since they were sophomores.
Stevens called for the foul, his first personal.
And it may not have been in the act of shooting, though it is. They were lining up like another blob play, which is baseline of the bounce, but I think it's probably the right call there.
Toonie buys homes in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Toonie Buys Houses, sponsoring free throws.
See Coach Noel already talking to the ref in a calm way. I think the biggest challenge for Midwest City after their loss is they got to play better on the defensive end. That defensive effort against Guthrie just will not work if you want to get to the state tournament.
Royal hits the first free throw. 2-1 the score.
Meanwhile, we hadn't called the Carl Albert game in a couple weeks, but they've been rolling ever since we did their Lawton game, where they had a couple struggles, but nothing too big. Their biggest thing is they need to handle pressure when they see it. When they see an intense full-court man defense against a quick team, we'll see if Midwest City goes to that inning of this game.
Matthews defending Randall. Now Stevens driving. Kicks it over to Brown. Brown gets the bucket.
Hey, Kenyon Brown moves so well without the ball, even though he's a very raw player.
Matthews is confidently dribbling against the defense of Blackwell, and Blackwell called for the foul. That'll be his first personal.
Yeah, so one challenge for Midwest City is to try to keep Matthews from attacking hard to the left like that. Clear foul on Blackwell, and it's already 3 fouls on the Bombers. You've got to force him right. I think Elijah Matthews is good at going to his right, but he's better at going to his left, like a lot of players are with their strong hand. It's no different with Elijah.
Elijah Matthews hits both. No, misses the second after hitting the first of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws.
You can see it's LeBron Royal is a very hard man to box out on a free throw there, but Kenyon Brown made it just hard enough that Royal could not catch it clean, and Carl Albert going with a full court press.
Blackwell back to Stevens. Do you think blocking, the difficulty of blocking LeBron Royal out has anything to do with his training as a defensive linebacker, defensive end, getting around linemen?
A lot to do with it. I think we're going to have 3 seconds on Brown. He's had 2 good offensive possessions, but this is where him being more of a raw player comes in. He's got to understand where he's at. When he posts up for that long, he's not getting the ball. He's got to step out of the lane.
Hawkins inbounds to Matthews. Matthews working against Blackwell, bringing the ball up the court. And Rogers defended by Randall. Dixon thought about the three. Now gives it to Royal. Royal underhand scoop off the glass for 2, and it's the first lead for Carl Albert.
He's going to make Kenyon Brown move his feet. That's a good idea, as Kenyon Brown still looks a step slow sometimes on defense.
Denson driving, pulls up for the jumper, in and out. Austin Johnson with the rebound, gives it to Royal, loses it, and it is great play by Caleb Stevens.
Middle City will normally be a hard team to run on unless you could start getting them a little bit out of their rhythm because of the score. So as you see, Royals guarding Stevens on the other end. That's an interesting matchup.
Randall driving in, and jump ball will be the call as LeBron Royal just reaches in and grabs it. Well, Royal kind of asserting some dominance early in this game.
I don't know what Randall was doing there. He should have gotten rid of that ball a second earlier. He had Stevens possibly open for 3.
Blackwell now. Denson passes that one off. Blackwell has a lane. Goes up, underhand scoop, a little hard.
How about
Kenyon Brown? 6 points.
It's Kenyon Brown 6, Carl Albert 5. And that's why, I mean, he has just surprisingly good instincts on offense where he just is at the right place at the right time so often.
Brandon Rogers attacking, misses the shot. LeBron Royal with the offensive board, battling, puts it off the glass for 2.
Again, they go right at Kenyon Brown on defense. They want to see if he can move his feet.
Royal with 6 points as well. Right now, it's the post players inside getting all the points in this game, with the exception of Matthews, who has 1 from the line. Blackwell misses. Rebound Johnson. Johnson staying in there with 2 early fouls. He's pulling down some boards here on the last couple of possessions.
Bombers just need to figure out a way to protect the paint. They have a hard time doing it.
Royal rolling, Johnson going to the hole, and he scores.
Well, that wasn't terrible defense, but good offense by Johnson, and he knew when to pull up there because that was close to a travel, but I think it's a good no call. He just out-muscled Deshaun Denson.
Denson out on the right wing, Rogers on D. Brown sets the screen and rows, 3 no good. Johnson pulling down another rebound.
The one area Denson has not really gotten going in these games is from the three-point line. And sometimes he forces ones that are really difficult. Not ones you don't want him to take because he's that good at it, but still difficult.
Carl Albert looks very comfortable and confident on offense right now. Very relaxed. That leads to some good execution typically. Royal off the glass, shot no good. Stevens with the rebound.
That was their first bad shot for Carl Albert.
Stevens going all the way to the hole, and
he got
Hawkins.
Fouled. He got fouled on the shot.
Jordan Hawkins called for the personal foul. 3rd team foul on Carl Albert. So after 5 fouls being called in less than 2 minutes to start the first period, brought to you by Scrambled, we've only had 1 foul called since then.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about LeBron Royal got a little too comfortable with himself on offense. He shot a contested jumper over the taller Kenyon Brown. That's really not his shot. And that led to a transition opportunity, a secondary transition opportunity for the Bombers. Stevens is really good at initiating offense. He gives Deshaun Denson a lot of help in that regard.
Stevens shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, 405-931-3046. Toonie Buys Houses.
Like Kenyon Brown's going to come out. Would put Midwest City with a very small lineup, but instead it's Adrian Randall who comes out. So
is it Ryan Holloway who checked in? Ryan Holloway
yes.
checked into the game along with Anthony Dixon. Caleb Stevens, second free throw, no good. Austin Johnson, another rebound. Is that 4 boards? 4 boards for Austin Johnson here in the first period. Appreciate John Adams keeping stats tonight. Brandon Rogers in, out, and 3 ball, no good, coming from Gibson Johnson, who's in the game. Denson pushes the ball up the court, tries to get around Rogers. Rogers slaps the ball away, it's loose, Rogers chases it down.
Carl Albert's defense making it really tight, really hard to get a driving lane going on him. Midwest City probably got to kick it out a little sooner.
Matthews, the long 2 for Matthews.
The way he's expanded his game. He can score in a lot of ways when he wants to. He doesn't always want to.
Brown on the baseline. Boy, he just runs over Austin Johnson, and the foul is called on Austin Johnson. I'm not sure I like that call. But Johnson picks up his third personal.
Well, then why is Kenyon Brown not shooting?
No, wait a minute.
They gave him the points, though, didn't they? It was 11-7 a moment ago, I thought.
I don't understand what just happened. I don't know why Carl Albert has the basketball.
There may have been some type of delay of game or something. I don't know. There's really no call.
3 by Matthews, no good. Gibson Johnson in the game. Rogers, 3, no good. LeBron Royal comes up with a steal, and we're going to have an offensive foul.
I think it's on Jax Wilkerson, he's so big, Tracy, he has a hard time avoiding fouls. He just barely moves, and whoever's around him just knocks down. It's kind of like a high school version of Andre the Giant. It's hard to officiate, and I feel for him sometimes.
The score's 11-9. We got a minute left to play here in the first period, brought to you by Scrambled. Stevens driving in, puts up an ugly shot, and he's going to draw the foul. That foul will go against Elijah Matthews, his first personal.
It's interesting, Carl Albert playing probably their 2 bigs. LeBron Royal, who's kind of a quasi-post player, and then Jax Wilkerson, and that is a hard lineup to rebound against. And Midwest City's taken Kenyon Brown out. They need all 5 guys on the defensive glass because this is going to be challenging. Also interesting, Bombers are really trying to attack hard, and even if they go up against 3 or 4 guys from the Titans and help defense, they're hoping to draw fouls, and Caleb Stevens has done that a couple times. He's just not making his free throws.
Caleb Stevens with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He's 1 for 3 from the line now with his 4th shot coming. Checking into the game for Carl Albert's Darian Thomas. In the game for Midwest City's Aiden Sutton. Stevens hits on the second free throw.
Aiden Sutton not as big as Kenyon Brown, but he is pretty strong. He's a football player, linebacker, and we'll see if he can give them the paint presence they need as Midwest City goes zone.
Rogers on the right wing looking inside. Jackson Wilkerson posting up. No one on the court as big as him right now. He's got the height advantage.
No one on the court will ever be as big as him, Tracy.
Well, maybe.
At least not any of the teams that we cover. I haven't seen him yet. Kenyon Brown's close, but still definitely not as big.
Elijah Matthews going into the backcourt to talk to Coach Price, get some instructions.
If you hold for the last shot, it's because it's against the zone. You can take your time.
15 seconds left here in the scrambled first period. Rogers for three. Shot no good. Denson got the rebound, pushing down the court. Shot put up, no good. And a foul called with 4 seconds left to play in the first.
Caleb Stevens, it's amazing how aggressive he is. He's more aggressive than Deshaun Denson, and one of the biggest cliches in basketball, Tracy, is let your game come to you. Deshaun Denson does that a lot, and Caleb Stevens says, no, I'm going to take the game right now.
Well, in that particular instance, with a few seconds left, it was the right call, and Stevens at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He hits the first.
And you're right about that, but what also goes with that is just how much Caleb Stevens is trying to get to the foul line and initiate contact, and he's gotten the foul line 3 different times here, so he's been very good at it.
He's tied the game up now, 11-11, and he puts Midwest City back on top, 12-11. 4 lead changes in the first. Boom! It's a 3. Bobby Lewis Insurance 3.
We'll see a quick instant replay here. Triple lead screen printing. Elijah Matthews has been huge for the Carl Albert Titans.
The scoreboard does not reflect that 3 as of yet. The score should be 14-12. Carl Albert leading in the Midwest City Bombers. We had our triple elite screen printing instant replay there for you. We're going to take a break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School, where the Carl Albert Titans, with a 3 late in the first period, have taken a 2-point lead over the Midwest City Bombers. The second period that we're about to begin brought to you by Bell Bonds by Tamara. If you missed the ball on paying a ticket, call Bell Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. That's 200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. That 3-point shot hit by Elijah Matthews late in the first. 3 points sponsored today is Bobby Lewis Insurance. With surprisingly great rates at 2 locations serve you. You contact Bobby Lewis Insurance at Choctaw at 405-281-6700 or in Del City at 405-670-3665. It's 2-point lead for Carl Albert. 6 points for Elijah Matthews, 2 for Austin Johnson, 6 for LeBron Royal. For the Midwest City Bombers, it is 8 points for Kenyon Brown, 4 points for Caleb Stevens, all of Caleb Stevens' points coming from the free throw line. Had 4 lead changes and 2 ties in that first period. Carl Albert has the ball to begin this Bell Bonds by Tamara second period.
Bombers still in that zone.
Darian Thomas comes out, takes the pass from Rogers. Bombers finding some success with the zone. Carl Albert has the lead, but not a lot of points scored in the first period. Carl Albert taking their time, being very patient.
We got Demarion Jones directing action for Midwest City. Sorry, Anthony Dixon, I meant. Anthony Dixon.
Carl Albert again being very patient right now, which you can be against a zone. Gibson Johnson 3, ball no good. Brandon Rogers with the rebound. Offensive board for the Titans.
Yeah, when you go zone and you give up a 3-point shot, you got to be aware that 3-point shot could be missed long.
Matthews for 3 and no good. Jax Wilkerson had his hands on the ball, couldn't hold on to it. Coming down with his Aiden Sutton. Denson now with the ball, pulls up for 3. Back iron. Rebound, Sutton goes up. Shot short. Sutton with another offensive rebound. Corner shot coming, 3. Long, and Wilkerson gets the rebound for Carl Albert. Both teams coming up with offensive boards here in this Bell Bonds by Tamara second period, still not converting and putting points on the board.
The one Carl Albert loss that we had on the network, their last loss, in fact, was to Edmond North in the Titan Classic. And Edmond North's zone was very effective against Carl Albert.
Jax Wilkerson, Aiden Sutton getting his hand wrapped all around him. I'm surprised we didn't get a call on that one. Brandon Rogers going for the steal. A lot of contact. Sutton puts it in for two. Tied up, 14-14.
That ball got knocked away by Brandon Rogers, but I believe, to Dixon, and that led to Sutton's easy basket. Sutton's playing with good energy right now.
Carl Albert being very patient. And I would hate to see them get in a hurry and turn the ball over, but I almost have to wonder if they're not too patient right now. No flow. Rogers for three. Shot no good. Long rebound in the hands of Ryan Holloway. Dixon and Rogers. Jump ball is the call.
Well, Denson thought if he touched the ball, it would have been a turnover on him, but I think he was wrong. He guessed wrong on that. I guess because he thought he stepped out of bounds and went back in, which if it's true, he shouldn't even call it jump ball there. It should just be out of bounds off Midwest City, but they'd call the jump ball. If you're Denson, you might as well just pick up the ball, and if it's a turnover, it's a turnover. Although Midwest City had the arrow, so never I'd take that back.
Adrian Randall will inbound the ball side out for the Bombers. Holloway takes the pass. Thomas defending Denson. Screen set by Brown. He rolls on the backside. Open. There's three by Randall. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance three by Adrian Randall. Bobby Lewis Insurance, Colomandale City at 405-670-3665.
He was the most reliable three-point shooter for Midwest City in the Carl Albert game 18 days ago. The former Titan. You remember him from Carl Albert last year, Tracy, and now making a big three in this game.
Thomas in the paint, kicks the ball back out. Matthews driving in, puts up the shot, no good. Wilkerson with the bucket. One of the better moves offensively I've seen by Jax Wilkerson this season as he's starting to get a little better touch on the ball.
He is going to be a tough guy to keep off the offensive backboards there.
Brown driving the baseline, puts up the floater, no good. Ball tossed up and ends up in the hands of Holloway. Randall for three. Nice. Sutton with the board and the putback.
Well, you're seeing Sutton and Brown play at the same time, and it's paying dividends for Midwest City. Those are the two post players. You don't normally see both at the same time, but Sutton has, like I said, played with really good energy this game.
Thomas out top, driving, kicks the ball out to Matthews. Royal at the high post. Thomas drives, he gets the bucket.
Now, Aiden Sutton lost Thomas. Thomas, of course, made so many big shots against Midwest City in that previous game. He has gotten so much better on offense.
Randall directing traffic. Gibson Johnson staying with him. Denson pulls up for three. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance three for Deshaun Denson.
He was banking on LeBron Royal to get to him too late, and he was correct. That was not a great closeout for LeBron. You got to respect Denson's shot even when he's struggling from three-point range.
Denson confident in that shot. He knew what he was doing. He knew what to expect. Matthews inside to Thomas. Thomas drives to the hole, misses the shot. Denson with the rebound. Denson taking on Gibson Johnson all the way to the basket, and Denson scores again.
He is so good going to his left, even if he still finishes with his right hand. Deshaun Denson, that three-point shot gave him some confidence, and he won't just shoot threes. He'll still try to score in a variety of ways.
2.5 minutes left to play in this Bell Bonds by Tamara second period. It was a 30-second timeout, so we will stay right here. It's a 6-point lead now for Midwest City.
Yeah, I think
the Midwest City players are sitting down. They should not be, as it was definitely a 30-second timeout signaled.
It's all right. We'll keep it here. it isn't going to be a full timeout. Even though Carl Albert players are standing up, it has to be a full there. But I think the story of this recent run for Midwest City is their zone, a 3-2 zone, has been very effective. And it's worth mentioning again, and I was surprised that neither team played much zone in the game 18 days ago, because at that point, both their previous losses, they struggled against the zone. Midwest City, that was their loss back in mid-January when they played Fort Gibson in the championship game of the McAllister tournament. They went zone a lot, slowed Midwest City's scoring down. Carl Albert, again, that Edmond North game that I referenced a few minutes ago. Both teams struggled against the zone. Midwest City now is going to stick to that zone, it looks like. Well, now I don't know if that's been or not.
Gibson Johnson, boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3.
So hard to tell Gibson and Austin apart.
Now, I'm curious, have you ever seen, like in that case, Coach Price called a 30-second timeout. Denson off the front of the rim, Gibson Johnson with the rebound. Called a 30-second timeout, kept his players standing. Midwest City sat on a 30. Have you ever seen a technical foul called in that situation? Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3, and just like that, boom, boom, Carl Albert ties it up. A turnover. 9 points for Elijah Matthews here in the first half, and LeBron Royal will inbound the ball side out.
Well, to answer your question, Tracy, I think there's confusion. Sometimes it can be confusion as to what type of timeout it is. So, again, you don't have to sit down if it's a full timeout. You have to sit down, or you can't stand up. Missing my words here is
Matthews misses. LeBron Royal misses the putback, and Matthews gets the offensive board.
you have to stand up if it's a 30-second timeout.
Catch Manley in the game now for Carl Albert as well. He drives, goes to the hole, and scores. Carl Albert back on top by 2. 8 quick points scored by Carl Albert after that timeout by Coach Price.
Midwest City did not stick with their zone. I'm very surprised. They did go man.
Interestingly enough, they went man, and Carl Albert has hit 2 threes off of that and then hit one on the inside.
Yeah, which should not, and against, when you're in a man, you should be able to guard the shooters better.
Exactly. Blackwell trying to get around Matthews, picks up his dribble. He's trapped down there now. Ball tipped. Gibson Johnson comes up with it. He's going to the hole, spins, and he scores the bucket. Triple Elite screen printing with world-class designs and hot new styles, bringing you the instant replay.
What a finish. This freshman class for Carl Albert, a lot of ability.
3 ball, no good. Matthews with the rebound. He's pushing the ball up the court. Goes to the hole. Another bucket. That's 12 points out of the timeout for Carl Albert.
If he has a lane to his left, Elijah should attack every time. And the Bombers, again, they got to realize that you got to overplay that side.
Elijah Matthews shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throw, checking into the ball game for Carl Albert. Jackson Webster, Jordan Hawkins checking back in.
Bring in Jackson Webster for one main reason, and that's to play defense.
Matthews hits the free throw. He has 12 points in the ball game. 17 seconds left to play here in the Bell Bonds by Tamara second period. Denson driving, loses the ball. Jordan Hawkins comes up with it. He's got an open lane. Randall gets in front of him, and Hawkins is fouled. He's down on the baseline being helped up by teammates.
Well, you're just seeing Deshaun Denson. He doesn't have the room to operate. This is where he's got to trust his teammates. He had nowhere to go. And he just compounds the situation. This is a terrible ending of the second quarter for Midwest City. The last 2 minutes, because they completely lost any idea of what they want to do on offense.
Hawkins at the free throw line shooting 2 Toonie Buys Houses free throws. It's the first. That's Hawkins' first point of the ball game. With less than 2 minutes left in this half, Midwest City was taking things over, leading by 6. Coach Price called a timeout, and Carl Albert scored 14 unanswered points in the last minute and a half. Hawkins missed that free throw.
And this is the type of thing that Midwest City's got to learn from, because Class and SAS can do a lot of the same things Midwest City can do if that's a regional championship matchup here.
Denson, defended by Royal, throws one up from half court. The clock never started. Clock operator or the controls, something is struggling here tonight. That's about the third or fourth time now where the clock's either started or not started or not stopped at the correct time.
I think they're going to expect this to be the end of the half.
Coach Noel.
Now he wants a foul on LeBron Royal. He has a point. But that clock should have been zero. And
yeah,
we have seen with these new scoreboards, Tracy, that somehow for some reason the clock operators occasionally forget what they're doing, and are they going to replay it? That's got to upset Coach Price and LeBron Royal, as LeBron is expressing his displeasure with it.
Yeah,
Bombers need to get a good shot because they want to have something to feel good about with the way they played the last 2 minutes.
Coach Price has to be careful he doesn't get a technical. He's not yelling at the refs, but he is yelling. And a scramble for the loose ball. Finally, Royal coming up with it. He and Kenyon Brown just battling. Brown does not look happy as he gets up off the floor. I don't think he liked the physical contact there. It's bound to happen after that kind of exchange where the clock didn't stop, though.
No, that was a tough play for Midwest City trying to throw that. You had 3 seconds. I would have thrown a shorter pass to a guard. They have time for plenty of dribbles, but you're going to have both coaches going to talk to the refs right now. Neither one's happy.
So after one half of play, actually in 14 minutes, it was a 6-point lead for Midwest City. In the last 2 minutes, 14 points put on the board for Carl Albert. They carry an 8-point lead into halftime, 32-24. Carl Albert already is the district champ. I was wondering if we were going to see a similar situation where Midwest City would get a victory tonight. Carl Albert would still be the district champ. Right now it's Carl Albert taking some control late in the second, and it's halftime here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams here at Midwest City High School. We had a back-and-forth game for most of the first half. The Carl Albert Titans, though, now lead Midwest City by 8, 32-24 as we get ready to begin the Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period. Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance is a locally family-owned agency since 1978. The upper right-hand of the screen is a QR code. You can scan that code or give them a call at 405-733-7671 for a free quote. Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance.
Midwest City really needs to have good, disciplined offensive possessions, but when that falls through, be ready to defend in transition.
Leading scorer in the ball game, Elijah Matthews for Carl Albert, 12 points. Kenyon Brown going to the hole, puts up the shot, tipped out. Stevens gets it right back in, misses the left-hand layup. Rogers with the rebound. He gets hammered, still comes up with the ball, showing some toughness.
How do you wind up with that?
Jordan Hawkins for three, shot no good. LeBron Royal is going to get called for the foul.
Well, you had two good looks by Kenyon Brown and Caleb Stevens, but at least for Midwest City, they got back on defense and were able to get a stop.
Denson bringing the ball to court for Midwest City. Rogers on D. Adrian Randall sets up the offense now. Inside to Stevens. High post, bounces out. Royal defending. Midwest City being patient, playing catch outside right now. Waiting for something to open up inside. Brown, a little bit of a lane there. Gibson Johnson back, and Brown takes it off the glass for two, and that's exactly what they were hoping for.
You see Deshaun Denson try to create for his teammates and not try to just go and take it over himself by scoring there, and that was a very good look on his part.
Royal gets called for the travel as Brown just backs out from underneath him, pulls the chair out from under him, really.
Kind of pull the chair, as they call it. He made a really good move, Kenyon Brown did. I actually like how he's been playing on offense. He needs to make sure, he's really more important for the team, though, on defense.
Denson, defended by Rogers. Brown comes out to set a screen, does not. He goes ahead and rolls to the basket. Denson.
What a pass.
Brown. What a pass and what a finish by Brown.
Now it's Carl Albert. You give up a couple scores. You want to get into the paint now. You want to get into the paint with a player like Elijah Matthews. Let's see if he does. Yep.
Matthews
exactly
going to the hole, and one for Elijah Matthews.
You got to overplay his left hand like that. By the way, we had some questions about this, Tracy. Del City did win their game against Santa Fe South. Talk about the boys, as they would have they had to win it to officially clinch a 1 seed, and they now have it, as we were expecting this whole time.
Elijah Matthews shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Royal comes out of there, the rebound with the ball, but it'll be an inbound play from the baseline instead for Carl Albert. Matthews post up, puts up the shot, draws the foul. Foul call on Stevens.
Against Bryson Blackwell, he's got a big, you can tell he's got a body advantage. And I don't know who Midwest City could really turn to. Maybe Caleb Stevens, and have him guard him instead of Blackwell, who just gives up, looks like some weight as well as some height.
Stevens just picked up his third personal foul, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Elijah Matthews hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. It's the first point of the second half for Carl Albert.
I see Aiden Sutton come in. It'll be interesting to see who he replaces.
Matthews hits both free throws. He has 16 points in the ball game.
Yeah, Aiden Brown got a little too confident with his offensive ability. That's not really a shot you want when you're trailing.
Now Matthews at the top of the free throw line, pulls up, long two, shot no good. Brown with the rebound and a foul called. LeBron Royal, his second personal foul.
Well, LeBron had no fouls in the first half, but he gets a couple of quick ones this quarter. And it is Caleb Stevens coming out. Now I would use Aiden Sutton. Well, I don't know if Aiden Sutton is the player you want guarding Elijah Matthews, but you might want to think about it just because of how physical Elijah is, how effective he's been at it.
Denson passes off to Randall, who will set up the offense. Now Denson has it again. Rogers staying with him. Brown for three. That one's way long. Matthews gets the rebound, has it stripped away by Sutton, who puts it in for two.
Nice feeling for Midwest City to get two off a clear reach-in foul. I don't know about the Blackwell matchup guarding Matthews. He's going to stay with that matchup. It's Coach Noel. Not yet going zone, which was working for him in the first half. So that what needs to happen for Midwest City, they need help. They need help when Elijah attacks.
Demarion Jones called for that reach again foul. He's defending Jordan Hawkins.
That's Jones for Blackwell.
Now Rogers getting inside, kicks it back out to Matthews. Looks like Royal was hoping Rogers would have the three, but he still kind of had his back turned to the basket, was not ready to shoot.
We haven't seen Rogers do a whole lot on offense, but his defense against Deshaun Denson, it shouldn't have taken this long to acknowledge it. It's been really good.
Matthews back out top. Carl Albert taking their time.
See, Austin Johnson has a big mismatch. Good recovery
And
by Kenny
has
Brown.
the ball stripped away from him. Brown down the court to Sutton. Sutton off the glass for two.
Boy, I didn't think Sutton was going to be able to finish on that because of where he positioned himself, but somehow he did, and Midwest City is hanging in there. Very good defensive possession, by the way they helped out on Austin Johnson.
Back to a 4-point game, 36-32. Austin Johnson for three. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance three. That's his first of the game.
You see a lot of help for Midwest City. Nice block. That's Matthew. Boy, he can do a lot of things on the court.
Royal with the rebound.
It's like he can in football.
Royal, bad pass. Results in a turnover. Randall steps out.
He just should have collected the ball.
(39-32) the score, 7-point lead for Carl Albert. They led by 8 at half. It felt like Midwest City had cut into that lead more, which they did at one point, but it's back to 7 now. And Randall called for the foul.
Not a bad gamble. And, when you're that short and you got a bigger guy dribbling the ball in the perimeter around like that, I don't know if they're calling a warning, kind of a warning for Coach Noel. As they pointed at him, the ref did, but didn't motion for a technical. Of course, that means he would have to sit down, which I don't know if that's exactly what happened or not, but.
Braden Rogers to inbound the ball, side out for Carl Albert. Gives it to Matthews, right back to Rogers. Rogers driving, and a foul called on the floor. That foul going against Randall. That's 5 fouls on Midwest City. This can put Rogers at the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws. We got 3.5 minutes left to play in the Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period, and Carl Albert's in the bonus.
The tough thing for Midwest City, they had a small lineup for much of the season all the way around, and you bring in Kenyon Brown, that helps a lot, but you still have matchups where you're really small. We saw that. We're seeing that with Demarion Jones guarding Matthews, and we're seeing that with Randall guarding Rogers.
Rogers shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, connects on the first and misses the second back iron. Austin Johnson with the rebound.
The Suds got to try to get 2 hands on that.
Matthews for 3. It's too long. Brown gets the rebound, and LeBron Royal will be called for the foul as he got underneath Kenyon Brown.
So as for LeBron, he can pick up fouls in a hurry. because he plays so hard. He's so strong. He's going to, if he makes contact, you're going to notice it.
3 fouls on LeBron Royal now. Still in the game. Denson takes the inbound pass. Rogers defending him in the backcourt. Midwest City's got the court spread here on offense. Again, keeping that floor spread pretty wide right now. No one inside at all for Midwest City. Randall for 3. It's long. Hawkins with the board. Throws it away. Blocks a shot. Sutton cleans it up.
Aiden Sutton's had a good offensive game for Midwest City.
He has 10 points to match the 10 of Kenyon Brown. Johnson fouled going to the hole from the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, Carl Albert knows they can attack on almost any matchup because of the size they have throughout their lineup.
Sutton called for his first personal foul. Austin Johnson shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, misses the first. Call Toonie Buys Houses at 405-931-3046. Jax Wilkerson checks in as LeBron Royal will take a seat.
Ron going out with 3 fouls. For Midwest City, Caleb Stevens has 3 fouls, but they're going to need him back in the game soon, more than likely.
Johnson misses both free throws. I would say that is unlike him.
I agree.
Denson running point for Midwest City now. Tries to get the baseline, nothing there. Gets double teamed and steps out of bounds.
Well, do we have a
foul called.
I think that might be the 5th on the Titans.
That's the 4th according to the scoreboard. Brandon Rogers picks up his first personal.
We saw how Elijah Matthews was there to meet him. If he got past Rogers, that's the kind of attention Denson's getting. So what do? How do you adjust to that? And that's an illegal screen on Midwest City.
Offensive foul, and that one going on, was that on Dixon?
Yes.
His first personal. Turning the ball back over to Carl Albert with 2:18 to play in the Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period. Matthews goes right, gives it to Johnson. Johnson has the ball tipped away. He chases it down. Now it's tipped up. Dixon to Demarion Jones for a 2.
Yep, they got to score in transition every opportunity they have. They're hanging around. Carl Albert's been good at times this quarter, but they haven't always asserted themselves.
Austin Johnson, 3, no good. Wilkerson, offensive board, foul on the putback attempt.
Again, you have matchups with Austin Johnson or Rogers or Matthews. All those guys can get into the paint and really draw a crowd. So that 3-point shot kind of felt forced, but at least you had Wilkerson also there. So the size, again, for Carl Albert is what's keeping them to hold this distance on the scoreboard.
Jax Wilkerson hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. It misses the second, but it's Gibson Johnson pulling down the rebound. Darian Thomas is now in the ball game for Carl Albert.
Aiden Sutton.
Randall all over Thomas.
Yeah, Aiden Sutton did not have his hands ready for that missed free throw.
Jackson Webster in there sets a screen. Matthews in the paint, goes to the hole, left hand, in and out. Wilkerson comes out, somehow comes up with it as Sutton can't hang on to it, and Wilkerson gets the bucket. It's back to a 7-point lead for Carl Albert.
Yep, that's why you got to get those missed free throws.
Randall to the hole, past the big man, off the glass for 2. Timeout called. 1:06 left to play here in the Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance third period. 5-point lead for Carl Albert. 30-second timeout called. This is still anybody's game.
It's a weird quarter. You know, you'll see Midwest City look good one possession and not the other. Same for Carl Albert. sometimes Carl Albert kind of looks a little, not lethargic, but just that they're not in any type of desperation mode when they could. Again, they could really control the paint on offense if they wanted to. And when they've tried to, like you see with that Jax Wilkerson follow, because, Elijah Matthews drew a crowd, and therefore that gave up as when he attacked the basket, and that gave Wilkerson an easy putback. When they want to establish themselves in the paint, Carl Albert seems like they can do that almost any possession.
And then you look at the lineups that are on the court right now. You look at what Carl Albert has on the court, and the only starter out there at the moment is Elijah Matthews. So a lot of bench players in for the Titans.
Well, they begin such great contributions from Darian Thomas, Gibson Johnson, Jax Wilkerson. It's why the future is really bright for Carl Albert. They're going to have a lot of good returning players.
Darian Thomas over to Jackson Webster, and Elijah Matthews resets the offense. Under a minute to play here in the third period. Carl Albert looks like they're trying to burn a little clock. Then they get it inside to Wilkerson, back to Webster. Thomas for three. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three. Surprisingly great rates, 2 locations, Choctaw and Del City. Call them in Del City at 405-670-3665.
Thomas, it's amazing how good he has become on offense.
Brown driving, taking the big man Wilkerson to the hole and scoring the bucket, drawing the foul.
I'm impressed that Kenyon Brown was able to make that shot. He decided, I'm going to go at Big Jax. That's a good idea because it just doesn't take much for the rest to call a foul on Jax. I'm going to defend Jax there. I have defended him a lot. I think he gets targeted for fouls because he's so big. I don't think he fouled there.
Yeah, I think he was pretty much straight up. Suddenly, Brown leaned back into him. But Brown hits the Toonie Buys Houses free throw.
But good offense by Kenyon Brown. He's had a good offensive game. Defensive game hasn't been bad. I just think for Midwest City to be successful, they need him to be really good on defense.
Yeah, 15 points for Kenyon Brown now. 23 seconds. The clock did not start again.
Well, that's kind of a broken record there. This game, we have not. Hey, look, Midwest City's going to have more home games for the playoffs. They need to figure out why this is happening. This has happened too much this game. Part of it might be like all three high schools have new, scoreboards up in the center of the floor, center roof.
Yeah, it could be a control. It could be a technology issue, but full court pressure by Midwest City. Carl Albert gets it up the court, but in a backcourt call on Elijah Matthews as a skip pass across the court. He has his foot on the half-court line to catch the ball. Really a bad pass. That was not on Elijah.
It's one of the few vulnerabilities Carl Albert has because they got a lot of good athletes. They got so many strong guys. They got such good size. They got good shooting skill to go with it. But you can pressure them. They are vulnerable to the pressure.
Denson defended by Webster, and we're going to have a foul on the floor.
The risk you have with Jackson Webster guarding someone is another strong guy who's going to bump, and he's going to be physical, and you don't want to necessarily do that when you're in the penalty and you're fouling Deshaun Denson. It's not a good recipe. You got to know how physical you can be when you're guarding him and you're in the penalty.
11 seconds left in the third period. Denson at the line shooting Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Hits the first. Denson has 6 points in the ball game. Second shot coming for him. Brandon Rogers checks back into the game. Catch Manley checks back into the game.
Carl Albert at the end of the first quarter had a really good possession for Elijah Matthews shooting a three, and he made it at the buzzer here. See if they can draw something up here as they got plenty of time to get a good shot.
11 seconds. Rogers inbounding, taking his time. 5-second count. And Midwest City gets the ball back, trailing by 3.
If Carl Albert had not clinched the 1 seed, Tracy, Coach Price may have called a timeout there. But I think he wants to see his team sink or swim against this pressure. And again, it's probably one of the things they might be vulnerable against. So you play at Del City. You know how much they can pressure. Booker T on the east side. If you get to the state tournament, you got to be ready to handle this stuff. And this is a good experience for Carl Albert.
Inbound pass goes to Kenya Brown, goes to the hole. Same play as last time, no foul on Wilkerson that time.
Which I agree with.
Matthews still in the backcourt, fires one up. Hits the top of the backboard at the buzzer after 3 periods of play. It's a 2-point lead for Carl Albert, 46-44 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, and John Adams at Midwest City High School. The Carl Albert Titans, the district champs, secured already, hanging on to a 2-point lead. We had 6 lead changes and 3 ties in the first half. Carl Albert, though, extended that lead at halftime. They're hanging on after 3 to a 1-point lead. The scoreboard's been adjusted. It was 46-44 showing on the board at the end of the period. It now says 46-45.
You know, Midwest City won the third quarter big at Carl Albert a couple weeks ago. They won this third quarter, not pretty big, by 7. That's pretty good. And now they can take the lead. That's remarkable.
Going to the hole, a foul called. Wow, I thought we were going to get a travel on Demarion Jones there, but instead we get a foul called on.
Is that Thomas? Not on the shot, though. That is a surprise.
Randall inbounds. That was the first foul of this fourth period. Fourth period brought to you by Titan Secure Storage, the proud sponsor of the fourth period tonight, and a foul called on Elijah Matthews.
That will be 2 shots. You know what's interesting about the third quarter, real quick, as you're going to read that sponsor there, Denson did not score much, and Stevens didn't play much. So it's very good signs for Midwest City that they could make that run without either 2 scoring a whole lot.
Titan Secure Storage is a veteran operator-owned business in East Oklahoma City, and it's their honor and responsibility to serve the community with care and lots of discount options. At Titan Secure Storage, your treasures are not just secure, they're Titan Secure. Visit them at www.titansstorageok.com or call 405-987-8673 for more information. Titan Secure Storage. Dixon connects them both of the Tooney buys houses free throws. That's his first points of the night. And it's a 1-point lead for Midwest City.
Similar to the first game, they came back and took the lead, and then Carl Albert ran away with it starting in the middle of the fourth quarter.
That is Darian Randall out there. Not Darian Randall, Darian Thomas.
Well, Dixon, he provides a lot of energy for Midwest City as he almost forced a turnover there. Went out of bounds off Titans, but there was a foul on the floor first.
Thomas takes the inbound pass in the backcourt. Try to update my foul counts here. Dixon has 3 fouls now. Carl Albert being patient, working the ball. LeBron Royal back in the game. He has 3 fouls. 3 fouls also on Elijah Matthews.
We're seeing Midwest City really scrap well. It's the only chance they have. Again, Carl Albert's being very methodical. Can they find the right guy at the right spot to attack? Because, again, they have the size advantage on most matchups.
2 fouls on Carl Albert, 1 on Midwest City here. Down to 6.5 minutes. Long 3. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 by Darian Thomas. That's his second 3 ball of the night.
Well, he just He just kills the Bombers. He is, especially in the second half. He did that in the first game and again.
And Kenyon Brown driving the baseline around Jax Wilkerson once again. And Wilkerson's questioning, why is it a foul?
That's a little more defensible on the refs. Wilkerson may have gotten some body. I like what Kenyon Brown's thinking. He's like, I'm going to attack this guy, make him move his feet, and if he moves his feet well, he'll probably bump me. I may show that I got bumped expressively. Not saying that's a flop. And the rest will probably reward me. And he scored at times, a couple times on Wilkerson. He's drawn a couple fouls on Wilkerson.
Brown hits the Toonie Houses free throw, and he hits both of the free throws.
That's a really good sign. Midwest City did not have Kenyon Brown for most of the season, and he has single-handedly kept him in this game. He's playing the game for Midwest City.
19 points for Kenyon Brown. And a block. No, a foul call on Brown. LeBron Royal did a good job driving quickly to the hole and drawing the foul on Kenyon Brown.
I'm surprised Coach Noel has not gone back to his zone. I thought that had a lot of success. But again, any man matchup for Carl, you got a guy like LeBron Royal. He can out-physical any bomber. He can get to the paint, and he can get to the foul line. Now, the one problem for LeBron is he can also miss free throws, but I think he's gotten better at this year.
Kenyon Brown with 19 points. That's his third personal foul. LeBron Royal hits the Toonie Houses free throw. The first has the second coming.
Another thing that is interesting about Midwest City, and again, this game does not have any stakes as far as seeding, so both teams want to win, but they want to win a certain way. There we go. Caleb Stevens is finally going to come in. I'm surprised also he's been out that long.
Royal hits both of the free throws. He has 8 points in the ball game.
I haven't seen much Jordan Hawkins this half anyway. Austin Johnson's had an extended rest too, so.
Rendell inbound the backcourt. 6 minutes to play. Long pass down the court. Picked off by Jax Wilkerson.
I don't know what he was thinking on that.
Matthews from the right elbow. Boom.
Off the turnover, a pass that never should have been thrown. Carl Albert was not pressing enough for that type of baseball pass.
18 points for Elijah Matthews. Denson for three. In and out. Thomas with the rebound for Carl Albert. Randall defending him. Thomas gets into the front court. Spins, finds the lane, goes to the hole, puts up the shot, no good. Stevens going to the hole. On the other end, Rogers with the rebound off a miss. Jax Wilkerson waits for Brown, misses the shot,
that's a travel.
Battles, another missed shot. Rogers is going to go up and lay it off the glass for two.
You had, I thought, Wilkerson and maybe Royal both, or Thomas, I think, have the ball in their hands and move their feet.
How was it not a foul on
Kenyon Brown?
Kenyon Brown when he fell on top of
That's a good question.
Of Wilkerson down there.
And that happened first. That was a wild sequence. Anyway.
We got a full timeout with 5 minutes left to play to a 6-point lead for Carl Albert on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School. It's a 6-point game with 5 minutes left to play. The Carl Albert Titans leading the Midwest City Bombers 55-49, make it 55-51, a 4-point game as Damarian Jones gets another bucket for Midwest City.
Good pump fake. Good job moving without the ball.
Matthews taking his time. Thomas out top. LeBron Royal over the top, throws it right in the hands of Dixon, and we've got a foul called. Should be on Midwest City. It is on Adrian Randall.
They're going to have a steal, but it was Midwest City. But when that pass was thrown, they're going to say, I guess Randall was holding Rogers. So that was a big play there for Carl Albert.
Matthews inbounds to Royal in the corner. Royal going against Dixon, and a foul on the floor on Dixon. That's his fourth personal if it's on Dixon.
Now you're seeing again Carl Albert in crunch time, and they've gone back up top after being down by a point. They're finding a matchup they like. Maybe LeBron Royal or whoever's being guarded by a smaller player and just really attacking.
Thomas working against Denson. Now Royal goes around the defender, misses a shot, draws the foul. It might be on Kenyon Brown. It'll be his fourth if it is. Kenyon Brown's fourth personal foul.
So Aiden Sutton will probably come in for him from Midwest City. Thomas, just another outstanding offensive play. He saw two players went with him on the screen. Was able to find Royal cutting the basket.
LeBron Royal with 8 points has two. Toonie Buys Houses free throws coming here. Towel coming out on the court to clean up some sweat off the floor. So for Midwest City right now, you have Anthony Dixon and Kenyon Brown with 4 fouls each. Caleb Stevens and Adrian Randall with 3 fouls apiece. 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. For Carl Albert, no players with 4 fouls, but Elijah Matthews, Austin Johnson, LeBron Royal, and Jax Wilkerson all have 3. Royal shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Taking a deep breath, taking his time. He is 5 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. Talking about improving at the line.
He has in other games.
And at 5 for 5, and it's a 5-point ball game. That's important.
So you probably still want to anticipate a miss from Midwest City, and they need to make sure they rebound on free throws because they've had some trouble with that. We'll see if this is one of those occasions.
Royal 6 for 6 from the line. Wow, that's impressive for him. He is improved at the free throw line.
And that's a big deal for Carl Albert because he can get to the free throw line really well with his size and his build and his skill.
Stevens to inbound for Midwest City. Exactly 4 minutes left to play in this Titan Secure Storage fourth period. Randall takes the inbound pass. Midwest City's got players in the paint on this possession. Denson for 3. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3 for Deshaun Denson. He has 10 points now. Thomas takes the pass under the basket. Some contact, no call. Jones has it going against Matthews and loses the ball out of bounds. It's Carl Albert basketball.
Well, we saw him do this really well against Lawton High. He had confidence in that game. He attacked the basket, but when I would tell him not to do that when you got a man that's bigger than you in position. But still big recovery there for LeBron Royal. That had a layup for Midwest City written all over it.
Matthews for 3 from the corner. Boom! It's the Bobby Lewis Insurance 3.
Big difference in this game. Carl Albert's been a better shooting team.
Jones for 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound Thomas. 21 points in the ball game now for Elijah Matthews. Rogers does not have I take that back. Rogers has 1 field goal in this ball game.
Yeah, and that scramble that led to a timeout.
That's right. It's a 6-point lead for Carl Albert with 2:45 left to play. Thomas going against Denson, hands off to Matthews. Matthews had an open lane, right to the basket. Man, he is great with that left hand.
He is. And again, Midwest City's not really overplayed him like I think they need to, or any opponent would need to. 23
points for Matthews now. Denson trying to get the baseline, foul on the floor. And that one going against Darian Thomas, his second personal. It's the fourth team foul against Carl Albert, but from this point out, all future fouls, both teams in the bonus. Wilkerson set to check back in now.
Yeah, Middle City's going with a bigger lineup, so.
Thomas is going to take a seat. Wilkerson really, I think, has played a good game against Brown, though he's been called for a couple of those fouls that have been questioned. Denson for three, shot no good. Royal with the rebound, pushing. He's got a 1-on-3 and he'll pull up. Passes off to Matthews. And Carl Albert takes their times. The clock now gets under 2 minutes. And that ball comes off the foot of Austin Johnson after Caleb Stevens comes in and knocks it free. It's a turnover, Midwest City ball.
We'll see if Midwest City can effectively gamble on defense, because you can't just let Carl Albert run out the clock. What will they try to do? And they were able to force a turnover there. They still have a chance.
Randall goes right. Goes to the hole and a foul, and is that going to be on Wilkerson?
Yeah, that's a good call, because Wilkerson was not completely vertical with both arms there. You see Brandon Rogers talking to him to have your arm straight up. Wilkerson, I think he had his left arm down and made it look like he pushed Randall with his arm there. So some of those fouls on Wilkerson are fair. The last two, I think, have been fair.
Adrian Randall with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He misses the first. Midwest City needs all of these points to come while the clock is stopped at the free throw line. Jordan Hawkins and Gibson Johnson check back into the ball game. Austin Johnson and Jax Wilkerson take a seat. Randall misses both free throws,
wow.
But it's...
How did he do that?
Aiden Sutton with another offensive board and putback. He has 12 points. Foul called, and he's going to the line to shoot Toonie Buys House's free throw. Foul called on Brandon Rogers, his second personal.
My mistake on missing the replay, because he may have gotten away with over the back foul, but keeps the door open. Wow.
Stevens with an offensive board, and he's going to travel. I thought for sure we had a foul on Carl Albert there. Travel call on Stevens.
Yeah, that's crazy. I missed the replay. We just showed it to you. We'll see. We'll call a full timeout. So we'll take a quick break here.
A minute 41 left to play in the ball game. 62-56, 6-point lead for Carl Albert on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School, where the Carl Albert Titans lead the Midwest City Bombers by 6, 62-56 with a minute 41 left to play in the Titans Secure Storage fourth period. Carl Albert basketball in the backcourt. Elijah Matthews to inbound. Aiden Sutton on D in front of him. Interesting set for a backcourt inbound play. Gibson Johnson gets the pass, gives it to Rogers, and right down the court, Jordan Hawkins can't complete the shot. A foul called on Midwest City. LeBron Royal on the rebound. That'll put LeBron Royal at the free throw line to shooting free throws. Denson gets called for the foul. That is Denson's first foul.
It's amazing. He rarely guards the team's best player, but he's really good at avoiding fouls somehow, and that's one of the reasons you can play him the whole game. Caleb Stevens had to sit out some of the third quarter because he got in foul trouble, which is normal for most players, but not Not for Deshaun Denson.
Toonie Buys Houses free throws. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any condition, call today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046.
It's going to be interesting to see if Midwest City, if they do play Class and SAS in a regional championship game, can they guard the paint? Can they defend the paint better? Class and SAS also has players like Van Landingham and stuff who can attack the basket, get inside pretty well. That's going to be their challenge.
LeBron Royal hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, and we have a timeout on the court. I assume this will be a full timeout. It is, so it's an 8-point game now, 64-56, a minute and a half to play on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams back at Midwest City High School. Got a minute and a half left to play in the ball game. Carl Albert's lead is back to 8 where it was at halftime. 64-56 is the score. Midwest City ball coming out of the timeout after the 2 free throws were made by LeBron Royal. We've got D'Elijah Matthews with 23 points in the ball game today. Denson bringing the ball up the court. Passes off. Caleb Stevens inside. Aiden Sutton's been big in this ball game. Big lineup right now for Midwest City with Sutton and Brown both in the game. Sutton scores.
Yeah, he and Kenyon Brown have been tremendous on offense, but the guard play has not been what they needed it.
14 points for Sutton. Quick foul called on Denson. Talk about a minute 9 left, and it's a 6-point game now. 64-58 is the score. Going to the free throw line to shoot the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, Brennan Rogers.
Coach Noel getting an explanation about something. Didn't know if he agreed with the foul. Maybe he didn't.
Rogers hits the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Leads back to 7.
Roberts free throw shooting. We saw, Midwest City missed 3 just now. Roberts free throw shooting and 3-point shooting. Big difference in this game. And there was a difference in the last game. Midwest City's 3-point shooting has been a bit of a disappointment as a team this year.
If Carl Albert hangs on and wins this game, now leading by 8. Loose ball rebound back in the hands of Midwest City. Denson, 3 attempt. Boom! It's Bobby Lewis insurance 3 for Deshaun Denson. He has 3 trays in the ball game. Cuts the lead back to 5 with 54 seconds left. Got a full timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout as well on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams. We're at Midwest City High School. 54 seconds left to play in the ball game. It's a 5-point game. Carl Albert has the basketball after the three made by Deshaun Denson.
Oh, you see that play? Got to talk about that in a moment.
Got a out-of-bounds pass across the baseline, and LeBron Royal gets tripped up by Caleb Stevens. There's a reach in. Did they call it something more than a common foul?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Shouldn't
Saw
be.
some fans cheering when the.
I don't know what that was about.
50 seconds left to play in the ball game now. LeBron Royal at the free throw line shooting Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Royal has 12 points in the ball game.
And a lot of them have come from the free throw line this half.
We'll talk about that. This is the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Call Toonie Bicehouse's at 405-931-3046.
By the way, that play Carl Albert ran, Midwest City ran that play against Carl Albert in the state semifinal 2 years ago. A game they held on to win by 2 en route to a state championship. So Coach Price says, hey, I remember that play, and he used it against Midwest City.
LeBron Royal taking his time, deep breath, bends his knees, puts the shot up off the front of the rim. LeBron Royal is 9 for 10 from the free throw line tonight.
Hey, you'll take 90% every day for Carl Albert.
Three by Denson, no good. Wilkerson with the rebound, and
wow, I think is that a foul on Rogers?
No, is it a foul on Rogers, or are they saying Rogers is a shooter?
It's a foul on Rogers. They're staying on that side of the floor. So Aiden Sutton has done so well on offense. It's really been a bonus for Midwest City to see this much scoring from Aiden Sutton and Kenyon Brown, but now he's got to show he can make free throws here.
I thought Sutton was on Rogers' back, and I'm not sure how Rogers got called for a foul there.
I didn't see that either, so I don't know if there was a holding going on. Boy, way off.
Yeah, he could have had him hooked or held or something like that. 40 seconds left to play in the ballgame. 6-point lead by Carl Albert. Aiden Sutton misses the Toonie Bicehouse's free throw. He is 0 for 2 at the free throw line with 14 points.
He's got to hold his form.
And he misses all 3 free throw attempts in the ballgame now. Thomas to Royal at the half-court line. Matthews pulls the ball back out. 30 seconds to play. 6-point lead for Carl Albert. 2-possession game. Stevens called for the foul.
Probably should have fouled sooner because you didn't want Caleb fouling. It's his 4th.
That is his 5th now, I believe.
Yeah, 5th, yeah.
Yeah, 5th personal foul, Caleb Stevens. Demarion Jones will check into the game. Rogers shooting the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws, connects on the first. Back to a 7-point game with 27 seconds left. Dixon comes out as Kenyon Brown checks back in as well. Jax Wilkerson checks in. Austin Gibson coming out of the game for Carl Albert.
Austin Gibson? Which Johnson?
Excuse me. Gibson Johnson.
As opposed to Austin Johnson. They're not related, by the way. They look alike, but they're not related.
Rogers hits both of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws, puts Carl Albert on top by 8 once again. Denson spins, goes up, off the glass, good for 2, and draws the foul as well.
What a move. What a move. I didn't think he had the range to do that, but I was totally wrong.
Darian Thomas called for the foul. It's a 6-point game, and Denson can make it a 5-point game with 20 seconds left. Denson now has 15 points in the ball game.
He's going to feel like he should have done more. His shooting wasn't great. The main thing is he just the more he can distribute for his team, I think the better off they'll be. And now can they get a steal? This is their only chance really to come back. They got to get a steal here.
It's a 5-point game, 69-64. Rogers, backcourt, 18 seconds. Foul called on Randall. That'll be his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, you get to a point where you don't have enough time to say, oh, I'm going to trap the inbounds. That takes time. You need to go try to get the steal. I thought Randall could have made a play on that baby.
18 seconds on the clock. Midwest City still has a chance, but it is going to require Brandon Rogers to miss these free throws.
Yeah, at least one.
He misses one there. Rogers is 5 for 7 from the line. He has another shot coming. If he misses this and Midwest City can get down the court and score quickly, they could cut it all the way down to a 2-point game.
Coach Price is not ceding a defensive rebound if there is a miss. He brings Jax Wilkerson in, and LeBron.
Rogers hits the second free throw after missing the first. It's a 6-point game. Denson driving into the hole, ball stripped away, foul called. 14 seconds on the clock, and Denson's going to the line to shoot free throws. Brandon Rogers once again called. Is it Rogers or Thomas? Thomas called for the foul. That's his fourth personal foul. Denson hits the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
I'll say again, for Midwest City, they have, to really have a chance here, especially since it's still going to be a 2-score game if Denson makes this, they need to try to pick off the inbounds pass.
Denson's second shot is up. It's good as well. It's a 4-point ball game with 14 seconds left. Rogers takes his time. Quick foul called. 12 seconds on the clock. Rogers going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Deshaun Denson picks up his foul, third foul.
It's nice that Denson saves his fouls, but unfortunately for Midwest City, they were not organized there, because even when you want to trap, you never leave anyone that wide open, and Brandon Rogers was wide open.
Rogers with Toonie Buys Houses free throws coming, and he misses the first. Player substitutions happening as coaches are rotating players in and out for offensive, defensive specialties and rebounding specialties here. Got the big men back on the court, Jax Wilkerson, Kenyon Brown.
One thing you don't want to do for Carl Albert is foul on a missed free throw.
Rogers hits the free throw. And timeout with 12.8 seconds left. It's a 5-point lead for Carl Albert here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, John Adams, Midwest City High School, where the Midwest City Bombers are trailing the Carl Albert Titans by 5, 71-66 with 12.8 seconds left to play in the Titans Secure Storage fourth period. It's a close, tight game. It just feels like it's just moving slowly, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised. It feels like neither team should have any timeouts left, but they do. And Midwest City's got to find a way to score quickly here.
There's been a lot of free throws shot in this ball game. Denson fouled by Brandon Rogers with 9 seconds left.
Now Denson wanted to take a three, so in that regard, Rogers stopped him from doing that. But I don't think they wanted to foul there either.
No, I don't think so.
Because again, your Midwest City can kind of hold on to those timeouts.
Denson makes both of these. It's a one-possession game.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Noel calls a timeout, even though the clock will be stopped.
Denson.
And you can make subs. That's the advantage of getting to the free throw line in this situation. The clock stops, and you can make the subs you want. Does Coach Noel still call a timeout? Because, you got two. You may as well use one here. And you want to make sure you don't leave Brandon Rogers or anyone else wide open.
Denson is 6 for 6 from the Toonie Buys Houses charity stripe tonight, and he can make it a one-possession game here on this shot. 9 seconds to play. It's a 3-point game. 71-68. Over the top.
Close.
Matthews with the ball, and he's fouled. Only 2 seconds come off the clock.
That's where you just love having a really good athlete like Elijah Matthews.
Sutton called for the foul.
You throw a pass like that, and I remember in football against Midwest City, he caught a 3rd and long pass that prevented Midwest City from getting a stop on defense. Not that they were going to win that game, but it was a backbreaker. Oh.
Elijah Matthews with the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Needs to make this one to make it a 2-possession game with 7 seconds left. Matthews, candidate for player of the game, needs to come up with this free throw. He misses both. Royal battling for the rebound, can't get it. Kenyon Brown gets the board, and a timeout called by Coach Tori Noel.
I'm surprised.
Wow.
I thought that was going to happen right away, and Coach Noel, he looks pretty calm right now, actually. Might as well keep it here, and here we go, 4 seconds. And one thing you could see Midwest City do is just work on a play right here to get across the timeline, Tracy, and then call another timeout. So, and we'll be see if does Carl Albert foul in this situation, because we've seen teams get burned by not fouling, but at the same time, you saw what happened in the girls' game. You fear continuation.
So the setup right now with the score reminds me a lot of the Lawton-Dell City game that we called last year, where Lawton hit a 3 and drew a foul with a few seconds left in the game and ended up defeating Dell City. Right now it's been a Carl Albert lead since late in the second period. Midwest City, though, clawed back into this one. It's a 1-possession game. They got 4 seconds left and the ball coming out of the timeout. Can they hit a 3 and tie it? Could they get a 4-point play out of it? That's always a possibility.
Well, in that Lawton-Dell City game, Lawton was down 1 when Champ Brewer hit that amazing shot. Champ Brewer doing real well right now for Lawton as he's had an increased scoring role. I'm surprised they're going to let Denson catch it, I think.
4 seconds. Brown catches the ball to Denson. They're going to run out of time. Denson gets the shot up. It was close, but no good, and Carl Albert Titans hold on for the win. 71-68, the final score in this one as Carl Albert, the district champs, secure the victory over Midwest City. Our player of the game, Jordan Elijah Matthews for the Carl Albert Titans, 23 points in the game. He missed some free throws late that could have cost them, but didn't in the end. Our player of the game sponsored by Whataburger, located on 15th Street right here near the high school in Midwest City. There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like a real big. For $3, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap. That's a crispy, premium chicken strip, fresh veggies, creamy buttermilk ranch, and melty cheese and a warm tortilla. Or for $4, you can go even bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or for $5, you can go bigger than big with the bacon cheese Whataburger Jr. That's 100% beef with melty cheese. Want to go bigger? Add fries and a drink for just $2.49. Now that's a Whata deal. Only at Whataburger, sponsoring our player of the game, Elijah Matthews.
At some point, and we got Gordy's mic ready to go, we will hear from Coach Price, and Elijah's still out there, and he's very deserving of player of the game. And the nice thing he did, he scored in a variety of ways. He has very few offensive limitations.
All right, Jordan, we got Coach Price here after a big win, Coach. Congratulations on that. So what message does this win send moving forward?
Well, it's just we wanted to come out and compete. We knew it'd be a tough environment, and for us to be able to win on the road like this, and even the way the game ended, just grinding it out, and trying to finish it off, I'm just proud we were able to do that, and it'll help us moving forward in some of these tight games that we play in later on in the playoffs.
Definitely. So what stood out most about the team's effort tonight?
Well, I thought we just kept coming. You know, we knew Midwest City wasn't going to lay down. They're going to keep coming too, but our guys responded. They made some big plays. We hit some big shots, and this young man right here really handled some things for us tonight and did a great job.
Certainly fun to watch, sir. So what's the focus heading into this next game?
Well, last time we played Mustang, it didn't go so well. So we're going to try to just go compete with them, hang with them, and see if we can have a chance to catch them on their own court. And then we'll get Norman the next day. And we're just hoping for 2 really good competitive games to build our confidence a little bit and kind of help us work through some things that we're going to need to in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it, sir.
All right,
thank you, Coach.
Appreciate
Good job.
it. Yeah,
Great
you
job.
bet.
All right, well, sir. Sorry about that, Jordan. We're with our player of the game, our 2-time player of the game again, Coach Elijah Matthews. Great performance, like Coach Price said just a minute ago, sir. I really appreciate it, Elijah. So, first off, like I said, congratulations on the second win. How does it feel to be a 2-time player of the game?
It feels great, man. I feel like the players around me helped me be successful, man. All these dudes, we played together very well tonight, and at Lawton, last time I was player of the game, we played together very well that night as well. So I feel like I played great when our team plays great, and that's just a good thing going into the playoffs.
That's the truth. So what does a win like this mean for you and your teammates?
It's a big win, man. It's a hostile environment. You know, we proved that no matter the fact that we district champs, you know, this win was about pride as a Titan. You know what I mean? This is a rival game. So we proved that it doesn't matter the circumstances, we want to win.
Right. So what do you take from this game going into this next game? Got a couple battles on your hands.
Right. Mustang and Norman are 2 good teams, so we got to play our best basketball if we want to compete with them. Mustang didn't go so well. That was at the beginning of the season, though. I feel like we're a lot better team. Well, I know we're a lot better team than we were a month or 2 months ago. So those are 2 big games going into the playoffs that we need to win.
Right. Well, Delage, you were an absolute dog out there today, and it was a pleasure watching you. Congratulations on the great victory. Congratulations on player of the game. All right, thanks, Coach.
So, Jordan, there you go. We got Gordy's interviews with Coach Price and Elijah Matthews, our player of the game, brought to you by Whataburger. Carl Albert had to hang on to that one. They had some leads extend there and had led by 8 late, but had to hang on to the 1-possession lead, 71-68 in the final. And then I heard Coach Price mention there some games with a couple of teams at Norman and Mustang. We have those on the schedule, or are those some that are being added?
They're on. Well, they were added late.
Okay.
But they are on the OSAA website. They're actual games. They're going to have regular reps and all that. They'll count in the overall record. And, yeah, so Carl Albert will go to Mustang. First off, the girls' team hosts Edmond Memorial on Thursday. Carl Albert, that's girls only. Boys will play at Mustang on Friday, and that's boys only. And then host a game boys only against Norman on Saturday. And what you got to love about that is Norman and Mustang are also district champions out in West in 6A. So you couldn't ask for much more quality teams as far, and, it's going to prepare them well. Carl Albert is looking really good right now as the 1 seed, and, they're going to – if they can hang with Norman or a Mustang, their most likely opponent, I would think, in the district title game would be Bishop McGinnis, a good team. But if you can hang with Norman and Mustang, that prepares you well for that matchup.
And the playoffs are basically upon us. Do have those couple of warm-up games, if you will, but playoffs basically upon us. And in the smaller classes, point out, Class B, 1, B2, Class A, they're already in regionals. They had their district tournaments last week. They began regional play tonight. The winter bracket game in their regional tournaments taking place tonight. They'll pick back up on Thursday in the losers brackets. And then they'll have their regional championship games on Saturday. You can follow the playoffs from the small schools all the way through the big schools on VDOG Media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just look up VDOG Media. That's VDAWG. Brackets will be available for you there to follow the scores and advancement of teams throughout the playoffs all the way through the state tournament.
Yeah, you know what, Tracy? You got the big scope of things, and we're going to narrow it down because being here in the Oklahoma Sports Sports Network, especially in the Metro. We're all about 5A West. That's where we get really focused in. So let's go ahead and see what we got as far as these are projected matchups. First, we're going to start with Del City boys because they won their district. They held on to that 1 seed, beating Santa Fe South tonight. So boys regional matchups, this is how it was 3 years ago and almost every year that we weren't affected by weather. And then the last 2 years they kind of tinkered with regional matchups as far as what days they're on. We're back to having the boys on Friday. And Del City will play Guyman. That's the projected matchup. Usually the first game is they switched that as well a couple years ago. They stuck with that where the home team plays first. It used to be the home team would play second. So assuming they stick with that, Del City and Guyman, and then Noble and Lawton MacArthur. There's a good chance we'll have both games for you. Del City and Guyman, by the way, played in the first round, I think, 3 out of 4 years, interestingly enough. That's the Del City Regional. The winner of the Del City Regional will play the winner of the Midwest City Regional. Bombers have a 2-game losing streak. They got to fix some things, but they still host. They still got the 2 seed. Thank God for them they beat Lawton High last week, or else that would have been flipped. And Midwest City will play Altus. The Altus crew is expected to come up here and take care of that. We'll see. We'll make sure one way or another the game is on the network. And then Class and SAS in Guthrie. Again, you would expect, if things go chalk, a Midwest City Class and SAS regional championship matchup, and that may be the most evenly matched of all the regional championships if we have the top seeds playing each other. And the winner of that game would take on whoever wins the Del City Regional. So the winner of the Del City Regional plays the winner of the Midwest City Regional, and the losers also play each other in the consolation round on the other side of the bracket. Then we look at the Carl Albert Regional next, and they should, we project, play Santa Fe South in the first round, who Del City beat handily tonight. And then also they would host Bishop McGinnis and El Reno. That would be the second game there, and the winners will obviously play each other on Saturday evening, the 28th. All the winners play on Saturday evening when it comes to the regional championships, and we're expecting our teams from the Oklahoma Sports Network to win, the host teams anyway, and we'll have those regional championship matchups for you. And then lastly, Newcastle, don't want to forget about them. They're going to be the 2 seed, and we project they host Southeast, a game at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then Lawton High. That would probably be the second most evenly matched district championship, which you expect, Tracy, because that's also 2 versus 3 like the Midwest City Regional is. If the top seeds win, it's 2 versus 3 in this case. And Lawton High would play Duncan at 7:30, and that's one where I feel confident we'll have both games for you because Lawton High is definitely a contender even though they're not hosting. So we're expecting all those games on Thursday and Friday. The big thing is the Saturday games. That's when things should get real exciting.
Exciting is a great word for 5A basketball. For the top end of these districts,
yes,
these teams are quality. They play great basketball, and there's going to be some great matchups both in these regional championships and then, wow, the state tournament is just going to be loaded. It's going to be so much fun, and we've got some great basketball in these Mid-Del schools this year across the board.
Mid-Del schools in Newcastle, and that's who's hosting. Not guaranteed they'll all get to state, but I tell you, I'm glad we've been able to show all those games. I went ahead and got some advertising for Newcastle basketball because I knew they'd be good in both girls and boys, and they did not disappoint. And all those host teams, you know, they have to feel like they can get to state and even win. It's going to be tough on the boys' side because you got beasts like Booker T. But you know, if you get there, you got a chance.
Well, great night tonight. The Carl Albert Titans, boys and girls, come up with a win. The Carl Albert Lady Titans win by 1 point, 55-54. It was not enough to secure the district championship, so congratulations to Coach Megan Malloy Knight and the Midwest City Bombers. Despite the 1 point loss tonight, they win the district championship. And then on the boys' side, the Carl Albert Titans already had the district championship wrapped up, and they held on for the 3-point win tonight over the Midwest City Bombers.
One other weird thing is how the boys and girls are reversed, which could lead to the common matchups. But again, that involves host teams winning. So on the girls' side, it's Newcastle and Midwest City who win the district. Del City and Carl Albert are runner-up. On the boys' side, it's Del City and Carl Albert who wins their district, and Newcastle and Midwest City are runners-up. So if things go chalk, I wouldn't be shocked if there's a road upset here or there, but we could see for an area championship both boys and girls, Newcastle playing Carl Albert and Del City playing Midwest City. Both boys and girls.
Yeah.
Possible.
Wow.
We'll see, though.
Exciting ball coming up, folks.
Yep.
Make sure you follow the Oklahoma Sports Network to see the schedules, know who's playing, know what the brackets look like, and for some great action throughout the playoffs here, again, on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.